go along, yeah. Sweet, sweet kiss, how I live. Never go along. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for a long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a volcano, they pray to capsize. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go along. Human being can eat it, or a picture can eat it. Kiss our oh, sweet kiss our oh. Not for go along. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from Mary today, or mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, go by your fine, may your feel. Well, people do to you, you dare to cry. As I know for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. As time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I have. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Cause our liver. Our liver, not for go along. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? They can pray for long life. As long as they're living, the better we grow. From Mary today, oh, Mary will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Hey, you take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. Looking like a crooked, no, equate to capsize. Kesawalia, Kesawalia, mama, no for go alone. Why not pray for long fellow? They always pray for long life. As long as they're living, the better we grow, my people. Sweet, sweet, Kesawalia, no for go alone. That's enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time, papa.
Problem. That's my problem. She bring up in the problem. She bring up in the problem. So, the man full of small, plenty problem. Yo.
Reckless environment, reckless environment, senseless environment, senseless environment, shameless environment, shameless.
And so a buzz to everybody this evening. It's a wet Saturday here in Rwanda. Folks, would like to say good evening to all of you and welcome this evening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. In today's edition of the show, we're going to be hosting one of the partisan of CDC. He will be joining us on the show here tonight for us to discuss national politics. But again, folks, it was a really beautiful day today in football history with Manchester United winning her game today and Chelsea also winning her game today against Liverpool. You know, one thing I've observed about Chelsea team this season is we don't joke with the big teams. We don't joke with them. But sadly for us, our head coach, Enzo Maresca, was given red card in the 96 minutes of the game. So I don't know. All the games we've been playing, we've been given red card in all of them. But currently, Real Madrid versus Villarreal game is on, and it's halftime. It's still 0-0. Arsenal played West Ham United today. Arsenal won 2-0. Manchester United also play Sunderland, and Manchester United beat the Agbele 2-0. And Chelsea play Liverpool today. Chelsea won 2-1 against Liverpool. Still in Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur also played Leeds United today, with Tottenham Hotspur winning her game 2-1 against Leeds United. And it was a beautiful game today in football history. A lot of big teams. You know, Chelsea winning today means a lot to us. And also District number 5 also won today 1-0. So today was a beautiful day. And as I'm sitting currently, I'm so happy. I would have been more happier if Manchester United lost our game, but it's not bad. They're still, at 9 place on the Premier League table, so it's okay for us. But again, if you're just joining us on the show, we'd like to say thank you for joining, and please help us to share the show with somebody and invite somebody to listen alongside you here basically on the Heat Tower program. You guys have been amazing followers. You guys have been doing wonderfully well recently. You've taken us from 0 followers, literally 0 followers, to currently 5,200 followers. You guys means a lot to us. And those of you who always listening to us via radio, we'd like to say good evening to you and welcome. My guys that are listening in Buyao, I would like to say, we Kabuya. Your boys won today in Seklepe City. So Afonso is here already. Good evening, Afonso. Welcome to the show this evening. Enzo Maresca was given red card today. I'll be going to England to replace Maresca in our next game. That's why you see me. I'm fully attired in, my Chelsea outfit, and I'm going to take on the team.
I know you one of the happiest men in the football world today when your
Yeah.
district winning, your club team winning, your CEO, the club team winning. It's
No, there's
all
someone
over
to beat me. You an team. There's someone to beat them, man. Don't man an
there.
team.
You'll soon be the CEO can join you right now because
You
they
know,
play the end and now you're happy.
they play least better team. Which kind of
Anyway,
team
yeah,
is
it was a good day in the world of sport today. Wheresoever we put our hand today, we were successful in soccer. I don't know how I end with our girls game, even though in Muyao
I
girls, I
didn't
don't
follow
know.
the girls' game. You
Yeah,
guys,
but
you guys, they are
uh,
extremely well for me. So I was out today, moving here and there. You were in the after you started a good show. You told the whole team, say no, you don't do the one for that man. You do the one. So I was out today, moving around vigorously to get the one I was able to get. But it will be a wonderful show tonight. Alfonso, you can tell us what's on your mind this evening. But before you come to what on your mind, the vice president arrived in the country today. He came from Ghana and he arrived in Liberia. When he arrived, journalists interviewed him and he said he wasn't sick. He went to Ghana, but he didn't disclose his trip. He didn't tell us what his trip was about. But he said he wasn't sick, and he even laughed about his body size. He said, "Look at me, I look healthy, I look fat, so I was not sick." But then my mind went back to former President George Weah. When George Weah started going Ghana overnight, sleeping there, the country didn't know about it. Nobody didn't know. The next thing we hear is he has bought house for Jackie Apia. And
so so
so
so many of our president buy house for who there.
no,
Who know how they
I'm
happen.
saying those Ghanaian girls, they are so beautiful that our president, a whole president of the country, can sleep overnight When everybody's sleeping, then the man go do a thing quietly. He come back like, bro. One time he went out, the whole thing space up on him. So yeah, the secret leak, and everybody was talking about it. But again, I don't know whether the vice president went there for something else. But if you are going on an official trip, I think the country should know about it. If you say you were not safe, you went for a trip, you should have told the country that you're going for so and so trip. You can't be using our money like that. At the same thing,
Maybe a trip was not official. A trip was special. Maybe
that's why you
he
saw
he
I
got a
started thinking
business
about
partner
George
there.
Weah now.
Yeah, he
Because
got a
Georgia went on
business.
top of a special trip that when he went, Jackie Appiah got house from it. A lot of
You
things
know,
happen in Ghana.
the VP had a business partner in West Africa. Perhaps maybe you are going to visit one of them so they can discuss your business issues. Who knows? So as long you say
Nobody,
he was not sick,
Alfonso,
nobody will
Alfonso can
rather say
discuss
Alfonso,
anything.
politics strategically.
Alfonso, I don't
Strategically.
get interest. I don't get interest in our topic. You're saying whether you, but when you vice president, you're not supposed to get business partner again. So that thing you say, I hope
Which
is
which
that a vice president you're
which
talking
one of the
about because
law? Which law that
no,
say when you vice president, you don't need to get business?
when you are elected officials in our country and you have business, you tell a business to another family member to manage.
Yeah, but then,
Any elected
but
official,
then,
hold on now, you ask now, so you ask a question. So the law is conflict of interest. You can't be serving as elected officials and operate a business. The one way I don't have interest in that, how the vice president why he didn't go that one, I get interest in it. That's the only one I get interest in. So don't indict the vice president on things that he's not doing.
but I'm
No.
not in
That's
that
the
thing
only
about
thing.
person. I say
No,
maybe.
the
I
person is
say
saying maybe.
I'm saying maybe he have business partner. It does not mean that he doing a business himself. He got partners around, so he can go to discuss with them. What it means. So when you got business, when you president or vice president, you shouldn't have business partner. You really got people. I mean, almost all of your officials in the country, if that is a law, they mean all of your officials in the country are against the law. They should leave their seat
All of them are
No,
meeting
because
with
all of
Alfonso,
them got business
my team
partner.
is when you vice president, is president, you do business on behalf of the country. You don't have any other business that is not for the any business you can have as official elected official government official. That thing should be solely about the government.
So now,
And
let me
that's
ask
my
you.
argument is
Let
not
me.
on the vice president. I'm just saying
I,
it generally.
I understand. Let
Mm.
me ask you. So if the vice president was a normal man, he had a store open. So when he become vice president, his store should close.
No,
no,
Alfonso, that business automatically to be transferred when you are
Compared to
elected.
who? Compared to who
Transfer
To
now?
your
to another
wife,
person to
to
manage.
your wife, or to your children, or anybody can manage it, but not yourself.
Well, I
You
think I
can
get a
transfer to
city.
any. The
That
thing
thing
you
is
say
just a
here,
city. You
like I
give it
said,
to
I
your
just
son.
saying generally.
You give it
Huh.
to your son. You give it to your wife. That just a city. John always on John rice. That is city. So
No,
what a different then?
for good
Tell
practice,
me that thing.
for good practice.
I mean, what you call good practice? That means good
Alfonso,
practice.
come in administratively, right? Along how you see most of the lawyers then when they become speaker, right? They leave the vice president, they leave the president, the vice president, right? Even the speaker. And long you occupy that position, you're a lawyer, all the law firm, you people will be representing them before you will not be there, you will tell somebody.
Why?
Therefore,
Why
good
you be lawyer?
practices.
Why you be lawyer?
I'm
Be
telling
like
you,
for
no,
labor money.
enough for nothing. I just bring it, no, I bring it down. I bring it down so you understand what you were saying, right? So I know you
My
get
brother,
elected
I
as
understand
president,
everything.
vice president. On
I
a broad
understand everything
perspective,
you say.
if you have your business, if you have an entity, right, you think oh, some of the management, not do the same now, I will do the lobbying and no more. The entity you're going to lobby for it will be on behalf of the nation. Where you sit now, yeah.
My brother, almost all of men and their asset declaration point out whatsoever they hide in the country. Somebody said they got business here running. So what if we tell them say you leave it? Anyway, that go ahead with the show, John.
thank you. But you see, the law is there. Our leaders don't respect them. Recently, when Honorable Musa Belity was saying his business is being targeted, I had a thought, I had a question, and I was like, Honorable Musa Belete is a law student and he knows about the law that every elected official within the country are not entitled to businesses. You cannot even hold share in any other company. You got to be an independent person. Whatever you engage into, whether business wise, it should be on behalf of the country or your constituent that you represent. But the law is there. I don't know who is checkmating these people when they are elected. You don't see them going to turn over their companies or their businesses to other people. It stays in their name and they operate the business in their own name. So it's bad. It's really, really bad. That's
Brother, even
the
if you
reason
have
why
that
they
law,
brought,
it's a bad law. That law is
no,
not
the
a good
reason why they
law.
brought that law, Alfonso, the reason why they brought that law is for one reason, is the issue of conflict of interest.
Okay.
Now, conflict of interest is you can't be representing the other side, then you discussing this other side. So for me, I agree with that law. You can't be discussing issues of the country. What if concession company comes in the country tomorrow and you get class A money lesson? Will you let this concession company to operate within your country when you, as the president, you got your company that has class A money lesson? You won't. So the issue of nepotism, the issue of conflict of interest, that's why they brought that law into place. But again, it is not being respected by one third of the lawmakers. So, anyways, our guest is in the back. We will have to.
And also, Jim, if I so, Donald Trump in America, yeah, right? When you want, why happy a business? Wait till what? Was he
My man,
spending
let you
it?
tell me. Let you tell me, I see any document or
That
see
one I'm
Donald
telling
Trump
you.
sending
No,
document over.
total that. Oh, really?
I don't know. Donald Trump got administrator over a business before he could even become president. So,
Really?
oh yes, Donald Trump
Do you bring
he
our guests
also
in?
Donald Trump is the
Yes,
Do you
yes.
bring
overseer
our
of
guests
all
in?
the businesses.
Yeah, before we bring the guest, let's hear from Shadrach. Shadrach, good evening. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind this evening? 30 seconds after you go to DK, Alfonso, Chris, then we bring the guest on.
Yeah, good evening, Junior, and good evening to all the
Which
panelists.
team is
Good evening to
supporting?
our friends. Hello?
Which team are you supporting?
I'm a born real Madrid man. Do you know 21?
We
Do you
bring
know
you
that?
to
I need that
that.
one thing.
You're
They
loyal.
born you in Spain, they born you in Madrid, we become born Real
I said
Madrid.
I'm a born real Madrid man.
Go
I
ahead,
got this
Chief.
thing. No matter begin that. You got things in the first place. The thing that gladly. Yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much. You know, couple of things in our country, but we just happy at least we got peace in the country. That's my mind this evening. We can change our mindset towards our society, each other, and whatsoever to build our society. Nothing much. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. There is something that have caught my attention. Election is 2029. But if you check Facebook, I think campaign have already started for 2029 election. Very early. If you are not taking notice of it, start taking note right now. In position, opposition, everybody running campaign. Instead of us to join hands and build the country, all are running campaign. How did we arrive at this stage? Council, let's hear you what's on your mind this evening, Chief.
Thank you, my man. I think my one of my key point on my mind is just brush over it. Some of those things that we say it can be talking point, it can just be what's on our mind. But again, I got a couple of issues on my mind because of time factor. I will just summarize them. One has to do with the, the conglomeration of political parties in our country and the way they preach their message to the people at the detriment of other politicians. So, for instance, the CMC, the CDC, the other political party, the way they preach their message, I feel it is not timely. It is not the actual way of preaching the message, even though they got a right to say anything they want to. But those who are advising them advise other people in the past and they became failure. And these are the very same people who are advising them again to say the similar, to sing the similar song in the same tune, to get the same result that other people who they are advised are had before. So I feel CMC carry on their rally is a good thing, but the way in which they're preaching their message. It's not against, it shouldn't be something that to say they are against the vice presidency of Jeremiah Kun because their campaign message shouldn't just be on Kun. Their campaign message should be on how to develop the country and why it is important that the people should focus on them to develop the country, not on Jeremiah Kun. Because if you preach all of your message on Kun, 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 then I don't think you'll be going anywhere because in the past people have been fighting the same man. They are not going anywhere with it. Then why will you come and start the same thing? So I feel it's not a good message for them to always be on one individual name. Let it forget that name, focus on what to improve or what has not been improved in our society so they can start to improve it as they have started already continuing it instead of just being on one person name one. And the second thing is the issue of the university, PYJ University selling. You know, the selling of the place, if it is true have been sold, it lie in the purview of the owner of the university, which is the wife of Prince Johnson. Um, I don't think the university belongs to the people of Nimba. Why they should have people say they want to how do you call it to keep the legacy of the senator in the same vein that particular legacy lies in the hand of the late senator wife because she's the owner of that property. So she likes she do anything with property, so nobody get time for that. But people putting all that blame on maybe the office of Jeremiah Kun, say he's the one. Later, Senator Puga coming to say they are the one, not the past president. I think it's speak volume, but that's their right. They can sell their property. Any kind of way they want to do it, they can do it. It's not for Nimba. Nimba had no fish to fry in it. The last one has to do with, you just touch it, so the media leave it as it is. The media leave it because I'm talking. BK one will come for me. I want for D to come. Let it stay.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So,
you already
Chris,
waiting.
we will be bringing our guest here will be with us for 1 hour, and after that we will bring Armstrong Gobaselako and a member of the CDC CMC will be joining us on the show tonight. We saw their solidarity march today, but the message that was being carried out on the placard or the banner was quite different from the definition of solidarity. So we're going to bring them here tonight to answer a few questions to the Liberian people. Chris, if you wouldn't mind, I think we can bring on a guest. Then we stay here for our show and show. Good evening, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. How you doing this evening, Chief?
I'm good, and it's good having me here. I want to thank each and every one of you. I join you from the New Mexico in Albuquerque. There what I'm at sign, there what I'm working, and it's an honor to be on your platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our folks that are listening to you via radio might not know who you are, where you hail from, your educational background, your political affiliation. So let's start the line of questioning from there. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your educational background and your political affiliation? Let's start from there, Chief.
So my name is, like you already stated, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. I hail from Lower Lima County. I was born in the St. Francis Hospital in Tabata. My town is called Zudru, right at the back of Blood Diala. I hold some relationship with, if you ever heard one Harry Yuan, who used to be the managing director of LEC. These are my uncle from Odiala area. I grew up a little bit in Tabata, and then I moved over to Morovia, where I spent the rest of my life. And I went to school in Sierra Leone. Sir Joseph, Mo Ali, and all these guys myself were schoolmates back then in Sierra Leone. And I hold an associate degree in eschatology, that's religious study. And then I have a background in construction engineering. I managed to have taught the Salvation Army Technical College. I would say the Morovia City Hall right there. I taught there for like 2 or 3 semesters before my migration to the US. And I'm a very strong supporter of the CDC.
It's great having you on the show this evening. Now, before we come to national politics discussion, I want to know, how do you balance the equation between you being a pastor and you supporting a political party?
People who understand the theological background or who understand scripture and biblical statement, government should be driven by the church. Government should be driven by the church. What do I mean? Before the coming of Christ, there were three distinct offices that God released His Holy Spirit on. Remember, before Christ came, the Holy Spirit wasn't living in us. He used to come upon us. So God was dealing with three offices that had the Holy Spirit. The number one office was the office of the king. And the essence of that office was to just run the governmental aspects of the country. They had the office of the prophet. The office of the prophet will receive the Holy Spirit and he will receive God's message. If he said, "Thus says the Lord," he will pass on the message. Then they had the office of the priest. The priests were there to intercede for the people, provide spiritual guardians. You know, the Bible, when Jesus came, he did not undo it. He said, "And the government shall be upon your shoulder." On whose shoulder? The church. The direct representative of Christ, the church. So when the church divorces herself from the national governance of the country, it's a serious problem. That's why we are having problems in that, because the churches are refusing to speak out where they need to speak. But that will be a different topic on another day. If I'm open to come back here, we can discuss that. So being a pastor is a very unique thing to find where you think in your mind the country is being, governed, or that institution have a mindset for the country and will drive the country in the right trajectory. If you believe in it, you move there and support that cause, and that's what we have done.
Thank you. These are people that we like to see in politics, pastors. Now, you are a pastor, and you supporting a political party that happens to be one of the, let's say, the strongest opposition political party currently. Do you think the way your political party lead the people of Liberia, there will be a chance for them to reappear again in Liberian politics, to re-lead the Liberian people? I want you to rate your political party leadership, comparing it to this current Unity Party leadership.
So the thing is that it's not about whether we're coming back or we're not coming back. It's about the Liberian people being able to evaluate and place us on the telescope to say, okay, I think these people meant well, or these people meant well. And if you were asked me personally to grade, what can you do the grading? It's a party that has served the governance or space of our country for 6 years. We have another political party that has served the governance space of our country going to 16 years. They have, both one Liberia, they have 2 years. Now they have additional 2 years. They are about to enter their 3rd year. Look, evaluate them. Let me honest and sincere to our own conscience as Liberians. And I always tell people, and I was telling someone yesterday, on high court meeting we were, I said, until we take all this garment of politics or take all the garment of partisan and see Liberia as a nation and be patriotic, we won't go anywhere. Our great CDC always above the Unity Party. And if you ask, I will give you millions of reasons. Millions of reasons. CDC is around 20 years. Let me put it that way. Unity Party was founded 1984 when some of our kids. If you will bring a party that was formed after the post-war to a party that was formed in the 80s, and you compare that developmental agenda and what they have done for the country, you bring their own power, and CDC is leading, and you want to come here, you want to praise Unity Party and say, yeah, they have done well for our country. No. And I will go a little bit deeper tonight as the time permits, because Unity Party have caused more harm to that country than you ever thought. Some of you are young guys, you may not have some of the history.
Let's hear you. How have Unity Party caused more harm to Liberia than good?
Okay, so in the 80s, when our late uncle, father, brother, Jackson Fiado taught his wife to form the Unity Party, when he formed the Unity Party, the ambition was to make sure that the multi-democracies of our country, the multi-party system of our country, is cross-cut every set of our country. So they started forming different political party after the true winner were disappearing. That's intention. But you will get to know the vast majority of the people that are key players today in the Unity Party were people who led the revolution, who came to Boston and negotiated the release of Jack Taylor. And they were going from house to house collecting $35 each to support a revolution in Liberia that brought a civil war. CDC was nowhere around. CDC was not even a dream in anybody's mind. All right. They could have engaged our country in a different form and manner instead of bringing civil war on our people because they have problem with one person who was leading as a president. We all have problem with him. Some of us have problem with it, the way things were going in our country in the 80s, but war was the best. No. They did not stop there. When the 1990 war came, when the wars were on, these guys were still sitting as a president, they were in Banjul, forming an interim government. These guys formed that interim government. Who thinks I don't know how to do that? They sat and discussed and planned with the echo how to destroy Doe. Now Doe came and left. Fast forward, we fought the Civil War came and passed. You've been wanting the thing, Helen to said it, and the rest of the guys, you've been wanting the thing, you've been wanting the thing, you've been wanting the thing. Now we give it to you, 2025 or 205. Not govern this country, my people. Liberia has never experienced the inflow of donor funding in our country history until the post-war Liberia. Why did the Unity Party people leave us? Why they left the country? Sit here and tell me that during Manosedita or during the first 2 terms of the Unity Party, what did they do as a party? What letter said that they left? We as a young people or young adult being put that way, our children coming beyond that they can boast and say, these are the legacy. Where are they? We honest today. We have to be honest with ourselves. Well, CDC Rose, no, I found out some I went on to the CDC administration. I can say it publicly. But if you bring CDC and Unity Party together and compare record, brother, why Unity Party could not play the role from Ganta to Yekepa all their 12 years when they were taking the money from Asada Meta? Why did they play that role? Who initiated that role or construction? The records are there. The CDC. Why they couldn't pay from Ganta to Sakapiye? CDC initiated that process. And there are, I'm not going to go in other countries, but it will speak. All right? The 2 major or state of the art development Unity Party that I can remember. I say you're correct me here. With the Jackson Fiado Hospital Interbeta, the ministerial complex. Besides that, what else? With all the money they got, our economy was fine. All we were in the country, NGOs were coming, international panel, people supporting that law. What they left with us? Only like the CDC. CDC took over, all we left. NGO closed down because they were some of them were, Second party to implementing some project program, some NGO people left. Since it took an economy and like you were taking it from the you were taking it from scratch. Since it tried, they built an economy. By the time we're about to say, okay, let's start COVID hit. And you know what what COVID pandemic did to the global economy, not just Liberia. When COVID was about to subside, so things about to having the Ukraine war hit. In the midst of all of that, amen, my people. Let's be honest here. We can boast of the Bible hospital. Today, the 14 medical hospital they condemn, you can boast of it. Today, you can stay here and be proud. There is a referral hospital in Grand Jide County called the Samuel Kaya Do Referral Hospital. You can be proud of it. Today, you can stand here and say, yeah, the admission process at the Universal Library is digitalized. I can sit at my house and register online. Who did it? The George we are, the CDC-led government. You can stay here and be proud as a Liberian and be proud. So today is the National Port Authority of who constructed it, the George we are. They had us in a continuum. Why the party couldn't fix that? You could stay there and be proud. And then that goes to the APRC office. Amen. NSA, one of the most cyber sophisticated intelligence security network of our country. The NSA will be kept in the cubicle that Mama point for decades. Who gave you the stake of the ark? Was it not the CDC, my people? You're bringing the party development day for Liberia. Look, and on this note, before we proceed, I will say the last thing. Liberians should be thankful that Georgia passed to the executive mansion before Paka got there. Because you know, you got a justify version. We did not test the presidency. We got a manufacturing version of the Unity Party. We got a Paka version of the Unity Party. This Paka version, a judge we have not passed to the executive mansion to legal legacy that is surviving on today. They breaking around like they say they are initiated anything. The government will not have nothing to implement. Amen. The public works minister said it, not me. Giddy said it. Giddy said the project we made that we inherited. It's too many for us to go sign a new contract. Until we finish them, we cannot. Posting all the way about the background, amen. Only let them bring those contracts when they sign it. I was at the APA. I did some of the assessment for some of those roles. I was there as a supervisor when the ESIA. I got that thing at my fingertip. Some of the assessment was done for those roles. Some of the role contract was signed. Groundbreaking was done. Some of them was at 10%, 15%, 20%, 30% achieved before CDC left power. Government continuity, I will appreciate them when they come and continue because that's how our country will be built. But for you to come here and tell the Liberian people, overpower is initiated, you are living in illusions. And I don't think United should be doing that to ourselves. You come here and say you can sit on the non-permanent security council and you want to pose of air and you want to divorce citizens from the effort. Are you serious? In August 2023, Liberia was overwhelmingly accepted by both ECOWAS and AU to be the sole representative of Africa on the non-permanent seat of the Security Council. 2023, the United Party was in power. So CDC have done well. CDC make mistakes, yes. She makes some mistakes. And I think because of those mistakes, CDC pay the price for not being re-elected. And we as citizens must accept those things. And that's the only way we can rewrite those wrong and recalibrate our party and regain the confidence again of the Liberian people. But there's no way you can compare CDC developmental record with that of the Unity Party. They are not on par. If you put it on the scale will weigh against the Unity Party. So I want to start there for now, and maybe you can give me a few more questions if you have.
Thank you. We got a lot of questions for you. I listened to you give all of the developments that CDC did when she was in power. Now, this issue of UL has come to my attention. They say government is continuative. You serve in the CDC, like you said, at the level of EPA. What did you guys
point of correction before you continue point of correction? I did not work in the CDC government. I worked with my senator as a supervisor at the EPA, and I will elaborate on that move when I come in the second time again. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Now, what did your government do to limit the many some of the many problems at the University of Liberia? Can you do you care to elaborate on that for us, please?
So what the government did was the first thing when George Weah took over as a president, when the CNC took over as ruling party, she inherited an old age problem at the University of Liberia. University of Liberia problem been there for decades, right? The CDC do 100% for the university, no, but she did extremely well. And I will outline those things. So the first challenge CDC had was the enrollment process. This semester, you will see this student will come to school, the next semester they can't afford it, they will drop out. So courses of discipline that you should pursue at the University of Liberia for 4 years, so people going 5 years, 6 years before they obtain a BSc. Right? So President, we are engaged the school authority. What can we do? So the first thing was to alleviate the financial burden that was on the student. So we took the tuition. It's okay. The government will handle the tuition. And if you go back to the University of Liberia, the enrollment that year was a higher enrollment in our post-war Liberia. Okay, people enroll. Not just that, but they make the enrollment process very easy. Some of you here, you ever attended the University of Liberia? I didn't attend the University of Liberia, but if some of you attended the University of Liberia, do you know day when you go to register, you will take a stone, put it okay, must pass you because sometimes you stay for almost 3, 4, 5 hours in line to go do your admission process, you die, you want to go there, you have to put us. No. The king said, no, we are in the morning, we are in a digital world. So why is there you put a system that you can sit at your bedroom while you have your dinner or your breakfast, and you on your phone and doing your admission process? Okay. When he came, he ensured some level of renovation was done at the University of Liberia. He ensured that the university was never closed under his regime. He ensured that teachers were being paid, even if not 100% on time, but he ensured that every month they were being paid and the government wasn't owing anybody. All right? Like in Liberia, sorry, delay price, so it's unless an age old thing, gradually we fight it and get rid of it because it's not a good thing. But that's what the CDC did for the University of Liberia. They didn't do more, they should have done more, yes. CDC should have done more, but I think because of some, challenging situation they had at the time, something, some stuff they wanted to do, like we having COVID, we having the Ukraine war, the economies, so they have to pay priority to some other, bread and butter, day-to-day bread and butter issue, and I think that affected the University of Liberia a little bit. Unlike what we have now, bro. Honestly, man. Honestly, what we have now, did you have it during George Weah time? And the university is dilapidated. Like you going down, I don't know, you going down or the old Ducal Party. I don't know how to describe the campus of the university. Man.
Thank you.
Our conscience to us.
Thank you. Alfonso, let's come to you. Ask you 2 questions. After you, will go to Shadrach, and after Shadrach, we'll go to Prince.
Thank you, Gio. Actually, I just want to make my point on some of the things said. I did not come prepared to ask him question because I did not actually know that he was coming. But let me just throw light on some of the things he said. It's quite unfortunate to have our citizen who said he's a pastor to say some things that are good in his interest. He did not also mention some of the good things that were done by other people. He mentioned only his side, blameing other people because he feel of politics. That's the reason why sometimes people say it's not good for a pastor to become a politician because politicians are people who lies. So if as a pastor come and lie, then sometimes we checkmate some of those lies. One lie that he lied was that the road leading from Kanta to Yetepa commenced during the Georgia tenure. And I want to say for one fact, I live in Senegal. Before 2017 election, that road has commenced. And Fons Wagner was the superintendent at the time there. The former superintendent of Nimba, he can tell you on his watch. Quota started from Ganta and reached around the town we call not Bedin, but I'm forgetting this town right near Ganta. Quota was there when Georgia came. They did second breaking of ground on that same road. And the road leading from second part to Loguato border was also marked by the CDC, the United Party government. They broke ground when the people were doing demolition and survey on the road. When Georgia took over, they came and broke ground for the second time on that same road. So some of those things you don't have record, they just said it. Another thing is, if you say that Jackson Fiado founded Unity Party in 1980, and you said 1984 Unity Party was formed, it's a big contradiction to yourself and your statement. And sometimes when we say some of the things in public, people are listening to, we need to be careful and checking down, some of our key points and speaking, you have to speak on record. For me, I know fully well that politicians will always come and not saying the truth. Then the good thing is my political party I'm part of is not in leadership, but sometimes we mark some of those things. We came from the civil war, Liberia was nowhere, no economy, nothing. And we might appreciate the Unity Party for establishing at least a system that the country started on before George Weah will come there. If George Weah had been or CDC had been the first party to take that matter authority, I don't think the country was going to go anywhere because they didn't even know where to start from and where to end it. That's why the citizens even voted them out for the first 6 years. So if you can come here and say they did well, they cannot compare their development with Unity Party 12 years. They did extremely well over Unity Party. It's a joker. This is a person who said he worked for EPA in Manasari government.
Thank you.
Saying he worked, let me close with it. Saying he worked there as supervisor for one of the session or any other session in the EPA. Then you come out to tell what they did in the EPA session on Manasari that was bad and what he did that was good.
Thank you so much. Pastor Success AB Dennis will give you the opportunity to respond, and after that we'll go to Shadrach. So guys, if you don't have question, maybe we can go to those that have question, then we can discuss it as our post analysis.
No, Jimmy,
my brother spoke again. What's his name again?
No, that's a rule on the show. You can't say you can't do that. Do that opposing argument. That's a very issue in the show. No. That's a very accurate on the show. Where we do that. Yeah, opposing argument. You can't counter act with the guests on the show. Don't do it.
Gentlemen, keep quiet.
This is
you have to keep quiet, etc. That's a very step on the show.
We have a guest on the show.
Don't say it.
And out of the respect that we've been giving to all of our our guests on the show, let's give it to the one we have here.
No, I respect him. I did not.
No, I'm not talking to you, Afanso. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, let me explain. There's a platform.
This is a platform. It's a discussion side, not something. We're not
having some
asking
political conversation. So this will come up, right? Afanso, let me just quickly respond to you. We have been stereotyped for decades because we identify with the citizen and we are pastors. But that the level of stereotype that we receive does not negate the fact, or it does not erase of the impact we are making in the life of people. All right, so I'm not going to go that route. But there are a few things you said that was they sound funny to me. I gave you a year the Unity Party was founded by Jackson Fiado. You debunking that, but you're not providing the date or the year it was founded. If you think you are very historical on the time United Party were founded and the first election they participated in fact, to add up, United Party first election they contested in 1985. And there were people who believe that United Party won that election. It was rigged by the NTPL. I don't know how old are you, but probably you were not around. But go back again and read the history. And I remember Resolute, it was given, if I will call the city in where they want to give birth to the United Party, it was in Buchanan. Go and do your reading. All right? So I don't want to go down. But the next thing I want to say is that you talk about breaking ground by the CDC and United Party broke ground on our scene rule. Brother, when we come to speak, we speak with facts. If you ask me on the field to know where you think CDC went wrong, we let CDC went wrong. But you not listen. You think we are biased in our analysis, and when it comes to national issues, you think we're going to be biased? No. But I live for you. Development of done by CDC, and I listed 2 development that I remember. If you think I underscore or I underrate the United Party, that was your development. You're not saying nothing to that. I named the 14th military hospital. I named the reform we took at the University of Liberia. I named the NPA office. I named the LPRC. In fact, the expansion of the electricity that we're receiving now. Monosati initiated a little portion of it. It started to spread wild when CDC took over, and those documents are there. And let me say this to you. The CDC government, and the other person, oh, Jowiaki, you create Monosati, 80%. Yeah, he did it on reason. And he was very clear. Doing Monosati regime, though things happen, we're not celebrating, but at least we had a peace going on. The only time Monosati went after people, or maybe things happen in the country, we're doing election with the office, police scheme, but they kind of witch hunt. And what is going on in this government? Did you experience it during Monosati time? No. These are good things I listed. I also listed the National Security, the NSA office. I listed a 14 military hospital. Today, the RI that is about to be completed. Who redeemed? It's a thing I'm listing, bro. I'm not speaking of her. If you debunk me, then bring the one that you know at the dead. We definitely study on all the road you try to live. EPA play a part when it comes to the road construction. We did the ESIA. The environmental impact assessment was done by the EPA. We know when those things were done without the records. Okay? So I don't want to take much of your time. But when you come on this kind of platform and you try to debunk people like us, you have to be very emphatic because we are speaking on the dock with the evidence. First, I said 1984, you try to debunk me. Now I provide additional detail. Not just 1984, but the meeting that birthed the United Party for health in Buchanan. So go do your research. So we give the information that we are close. We got the information that we are providing.
Let me provide a clear information on the formation of Unity Party. It was not Jackson Field, it was Edward B. Kessely, right? Edward B. Kessely was the one who founded Unity Party, not Jackson Field. So I just want to provide that.
First, I beg you, we'll come back to you if you got any other input again, but we need to hear from the other panelists. Let's welcome Mr. Aloysius Yawubumi to the show. Shadrach, let's hear you. You got 2 minutes to ask a question. If not question and input, we'll give you 2 minutes.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you so much. Let me say this. You know, a founder rightly said, attaching religion to a political issue is a critical thing that some of us don't want to speak to it because our Christianity background. But the brother in studio tonight, he first of all condemned the Christianity that they are not speaking to the governance issue of the country. That's why we are not getting better. and contradictorily, he also entitled the same religion by speaking, by fabricating lies also as well. So let me go back to the history that he talked about. That he said he is well, informed, which I know that he does not even understand governance in the first place. Because following parties will not go read about governance before you speak on public media. Like if I regularly say, you have a lawless state after the war, after you for 12 years plus. You had a lawless state. There was no system into place, no governance structure, no process, no idea. Somebody took over. You don't have an idea where to start from. They built the system from scratch and gave you a defined system of governance that somebody can come and follow immediately without starting anywhere or thinking. But you do see an achievement. 1, 2. The road you talk about from Sanekwe to Lokwatu, the village that the company is residing to build that road is my village. And I was relocated from that village for that project. It was not job we got administration, how they call it, secure funding for that road. It was secured by the government, and the process of to relocate people is a long process. To pay us the money before they start that road, it took almost 3 to 4 years before we had no key. Secondly, you did not mention about a hospital in Tabeta that was built by the administration. You did not mention the thing you're talking about the final campo. You didn't mention it. You do see that one. When after the war, we were driving almost from Nima here on a Dusty road. You didn't talk about other road. Even in Morovia, there was no road. All this only you talk about it. But sometimes when we come in public to condemn other people as a pastor and you claim, balance the equation. Did Eddie do everything? No. Eddie did not do everything. They made mistakes also because it was tough. And even see a method that he failed to fight corruption. Did everything wrong? No. He did some good things and also made mistakes. That's how people discuss national issue when to be patriotic and balanced. But you can't count in the negative and one-sided form and condemn and trust all people in the effort that was the country and feel that because he did everything that was done by Joe was the perfect, other people did nothing. In the first place, Jazzy F2 parties, Liberal Action Party, now know UP. UP were founded by BKS from Lofa, who is some 7 in the administration for Maritime. So now y'all read to be informed to people speaking to the public. I have no question for you because I know you will not say anything guaranteed. I'll ask question. Thank you. That's my point.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. I'm not sure Bumi. Welcome to the show, Chris. I hear you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
No. Before we come to you, Chris. Let's see if our guests have anything to add to what he said.
So thank you. And again, I'm a team, right? I'm a team. The Action Party, the Unity Party, Justin Fiado, Edward BKS, name a conflict. But my point I'm trying to make to you here is that when I say it was founded in 1984, I maintain that statement that the Unity Party was founded in 1984. Now, let me say this, brother. When we speaking, you're listening, right? When I came in, the first thing I said, and I commended the Unity Party for, with the Justin Fiado Hospital, Memorial Hospital in Tabeta, and that of the administrative complex in Congotan. These are the two state of the art development I first point to, and they appreciated the Unity Party for. Look, we pray that we have started the interaction, some of you will get to know us. When it comes to Liberia, we are objective. And I want to keep saying, if you think that Unity Party there's something that I'm leaving out, we know Queen Manosadi she went out there, she lobbied, Labrador was indebted to some all of bilateral institutions, though them were way. Manosadi said a little governance structure, all these integrity institutions you found out like the RAA, the LACC, and all these people were in Manosadi regime. She said those process, we do understand, we consent to those things. All right. These are governance system that were put into place. I think before the war, the anti-graft integrity institution will have the GSC as to be corrected, right? Was a GSC. After the war, we brought the RAA, we brought the all the other anti-graft institution. But what I'm saying, and I remain resolute on, the year Unity Party were formed, the year CDC was formed, my brother. The year Unity Party has served the governance space of our country. The year CDC has served the governance space of our country. Those two institutions, when you compare their developmental deliverable, that's what I'm speaking to. And if you think I am lying, I am not saying here tonight that Unity Party have not done anything. I am saying when you compare the record, CDC was so far, and I'm giving the deliverable that are visual that you can take, you can feel. If I'm lying, bring your why you guys are not listening what Unity Party have done. You talking about the road that I mean, those road that I know when they started, when the process began, and Ezra said, but what are you not also speaking to yet? And you're saying I'm being hypocritical, not being honest, and you try to lie me because of my religious Bible is when Unity Party want to break down a few days on that overhead path. You ever measure, they ever talk anything that resembles CDC start the process? Did they ever mention anything about George Weah? Did they ever mention anything about CDC? Did they do that? When they went to the president as a member of the non-permanent Security Council, we ever heard them giving credit to where CDC starts from? We have to be honest here. We have to be honest here. Today they're boasting about the Tabata to Zredu, or they will continue to Maryland Highway. Oh, it was Pointer that initiated it. So if you're trying to look at the CDC, the SYC, that's why then be honest now. When you want to break down the field, they put the overpass bridge. Don't mention CDC need. Don't know how that process started. Few months from now, the Bali Island will kick off. Just provide information to you. The process is on. They will go there again. You will never hear George Weah name. And you want also come here and try to praise people your support. When you're dedicated hours and above all, when people just is for Liberia. While I do bill, Georgia bill, Monosedi bill, is for Liberia. But at the end of the day, if we are not giving credit to whom it is due, then we will come and provide the credit. And that's what we are doing tonight. So, moderator, thank you. It's over to you.
Thank you. Let's get to
Thank
you,
you. Thank you, Shadrach. Chris, you can ask a question if you have. If you don't have question, but an input will give you 2 minutes.
Thank you. I have a question, but I'll make an input before I go to the question. You know, tonight I'm so surprised to see critical people on the show where the guest appear. First thing the guest, he's a member of CDC, right? He explained. You don't expect me to come here to promote your party. No, the man to promote your party, you guys support him. He's not just to promote your party. He's here to promote his own. So if we come on the show because the person not in your corner, you be somehow defensive, or you somehow some kind of phrase, so I will take no back on that. Like after we'll do our question argument. So like here on the show, he explained why the party did, because first we started, I was listening. He explained what the party did. If we don't get up, I don't think it's somehow that we can be too critical or to use some phrase that not okay on the show on our guests. We don't do it other people. We don't do other guests when they come here. We don't use sarcasm that you say, oh, I can't answer your question because you will not say nothing about it. That means they're respectful. I'm sorry to say that. We don't do other guests here. So we should observe sometimes when anything happen. However, to you, Pastor Sosen, the CDC wants to have a new headquarters, and you being in the executive committee or being spearheading these activities in America. Can you speak to that when Liberian people, because think, or when Liberian people see this kind of reality, do you have any knowledge that you can keep the public informed about it? Thank you.
Okay, so again, thank you, Chris, and uh, I mean, my brothers, these are my good brothers, and I'm glad that both of them from Lima County, which we also come from, we are family. We come on this political platform and we have this agreement. That is a unique of the political discourse, right? When I go to Labrador tomorrow, I mean in Ganta, I mean in Blood Diala, I mean in Tabeta, or whatever, we will sit and shut our GB together and eat a zogo together. That we will do. We are brothers. We will not allow politics to divide or that people have done in the past. Good time at time and past. But in respect to your questions, or to your question. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday, there'll be a press conference by the Special Building Delivery Committee, headed by Honorable J. Fonadi Kupa, the former speaker of the 55th National Legislature. They will be giving more detail. They will be providing date of the groundbreaking. They will be, quote unquote, the paperwork when it has to do with the contract. That of the contractor that's supposed to construct that building has been signed. And the process, everything is on course. And Monday, the groundbreaking ceremony or the committee will have a press conference and provide the roadmap, to the construction process of our new headquarters. So that's what I can say for now. There are other details that I'm not authorized to provide on this platform. But so far, so good.
Thank you very much. The moderator went in the back, but let's get to you. Alosha Bumi, we say welcome to the show. We got our guest here, Pastor Success. If there are
All
any
right.
question or info, because I know you are listening to it, if there are any question or info, you can make it. I
Yeah.
give you 2 minutes.
Thank you so much for bringing me on the show. And I mean, this is what the show is about. We disagree to agree or agree to disagree. I don't know how it's said. But our brother is still there. You're doing extremely well. I like the explanation about CDC and Unity Party. And I don't have much question to say. Let me just say, I don't have question, but I just want to make comments on this explanation. And he taking Unity back all the way to 1980. And he's saying people, they brought war. And we all were living around time. We know what happened in Liberia. And we know what led to the war. So it is not an individual thing. It is not a specific political party thing that you raised that. People were being hunted, and those people wanted relief. And on the basis of that, they regrouped and came across and came to remove the junta, let's say the brutal government that was in power by then, which is clear. Labrador knows that. And the issue of creating Unity Party as well, and how he presented that, I think he has not been fair to his own political party. When his own standard bearer, George Weah, graded the president, the Unity Party government 80% or more. So where is he coming from? I think our brother just, I would say, maybe I'll be allowed to say, Jackie for Pluto. He had not been way off in Liberia or on Earth. Why you would say that about University of Liberia? When the sextant that University of Liberia is using today was established, that Emmett then is doing a regime of Madam Ellie Johnson Sirleaf. Why can't you mention that? Why don't you mention the salary of our teachers and civil servants? When the salaries were increased and when the CDC government came and harmonized them, why don't you discuss that one? Why you didn't say that? Why don't you mention about the drugs that has taken over Liberia. Even before then, we have drug, yeah, but it became rampant under George Weah government because there was no control. There was no system of control. Everybody was doing anything. Everything we heard was social media, and this same rhetoric we're hearing, I would say, from Accra Grade and Samuel Tue and Natana Mage, who entered University of Liberia, who graduated before entering University of Liberia, according to her own statement. So why can't we discuss that? What happened to Gifty Lama? What happened? What happened to our auditors? What did you say back then? Those people were there running after money and killing one another. Our country was in disarray. Those things, you will come here and condemn people who made sacrifices, and even the little project you carry on were introduced or initiated by then. When Madam Ellie Johnson study took George Weah to Lofa Road and broke ground, why did you not measure that? So let's be honest to ourselves here. We know it's not, bread and butter or roses everywhere. But United Party-led government introduced a system. And when CDC came, most of the system went away, even up to today. So a CDC, you are talking about CDC, tell us what they will do when they come to power, the mistakes they made, and what you'll do differently. Those are the things we want to hear. Not to come and ridicule other political parties that you benefited from. Even you yourself, for your expose, you work in our government. So I don't have much to say, but let's be honest, the other people have been saying, because some of you have already said everything. People are listening to us here. We don't come here and discuss emotion. We discuss facts. We discuss realistic, issues. Then coming here to play with other people because you feel that you got the intellectual power, like Akao Gray and the rest of the guys that just say things just to convince people because they get control over vocabulary and other words and non-words. So I stop here for now, but thank you for coming on the show. That's what the show is about. You come and get what you want to say, and people come away with their opinion or critiques. So thank you so much.
Thank you, John. You can take over. You watching here.
Thank you so much, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. Thank you. You can respond to Aloysius, and after that, we go to Siawite. Maybe we can go for second round of questioning, and we'll let you go.
Aloysius, my brother, thank you. From once we keep the respect and differs on opinions and view, that's cool. I don't have a problem with it. You can stereotype, you can say whatever you want to say, but when we keep that line of respect, I'm cool with you guys. But I will say this. When I came here and said Joey had provided system at the University of Liberia, I learned those systems. I talk about the free tuition. I talk about digitalizing the admission process of the University of Liberia. My brother, you just said Emmett Derry, who I know very well, provided the system the university enjoying today. You did not mention what kind of system he provided. The blanket statement that university been surviving over the years. We did this, we did that without tangibility. And you guys will also continue in that. Yeah, thank you. You mentioned about the FENA camp. Yeah. I'm saying we did the Chinese people concerned the FENA camp. I agree. I appreciate that. I'm not a computer to keep everything at the back of my mind. Sometimes when you're talking, you tend to slip on issue, but when you bring it up, we will acknowledge it. We will acknowledge it. I continue to list on and on. And you have not come to debunk me to say, no, why you said that CDC built it, didn't build it. You did not tell me I'm lying. The station I talk about the University of Liberia was not set up by the Joey administration. You did not tell me I'm lying. You're not telling me that I'm lying. And the how we are about to enjoy today was initiated, funding was secured by the Joey administration. You don't say I'm lying. You're not telling me that I'm lying that the referral hospital was built in a Grand Junior in Zredru. Name after the late president Samuel Doe. You're not telling me I'm lying. You're not telling me that you are with the hospital. You're not telling me I'm lying. You are not telling me that I'm lying. That NPA office constructed by just we administration. You're not telling me that the LPRC, the NSA, you're not telling me a lie. All right? But you're telling me Unity Party did something, but you now need me to tell that Unity Party did. That was my little frustration is coming from. All right? Name those things and then acknowledge them. Maybe I'm making mistakes. Maybe I'm forgetting some things. All right? One thing I remember, when I was the government of Liberia working on the Unity, I was want to put our opportunity to have been trained by the USAID for the government access and property management agents. And I was assigned at the EPA because I was supervisor for maintenance and asset management, right? And the system today that is at the EPA when it comes to tracking of EPA property, started I assume they have to improve on it now, but they laid the benchmark, they laid the work for it. And I guess EPA have improved on it. If you hear all today, government don't buy used car. The government buy the car after 5 years, you do an evaluation to see what is still worth it to be in the among government fleet. If not, the government will sell it. And the first, the future buyer is the person the car is signed to. All these systems were put together after we got those training and we started as technical of the country with GSA and police together. So there was some system the Unity Party bill we acknowledging them. But when it comes to the tangibility of those infrastructure, and you don't want us to talk it, my brother. This thing on the study will start going depth into some things that have happened of late. If you want to talk about death, and start naming dead people Unity Party killed in our country. I don't want to go that route, but you push me to go there. The first PPC boss, Keep Juba. Who killed Keep Juba? Keep Juba. The murder him on a fire in Kashata. The party into pieces. He has some procurement information you want to put out. Who killed Council Allison? Who probably was found at the single beach there? When you blew away about people one, people two, you that were going on in Labrador then. Who killed Harry Greaves? I don't want to come here. When they quote unquote people will call auditor die, I condemn the damn Musa Day, the way he proceeded in our case, and I still stand by my position today. I condemn the way he proceeded. It was wrong, and I stand by it. We will not condemn CDC made mistake. If one minister made mistakes, only help our party because our government will take the responsibility. All right. So now we're not being objective in what we're discussing here. Objective. If you point to anything I don't know about it, I will acknowledge it. That's how objective we try to be in our discourse. All right. So my brother, now we just trying to close our eye on the little thing that you party on it because the ones that did. But when you come here and try to dedicate the CDC, amen. Then we that had the intellectual ability will come out and provide the needed clarity to our Liberian people. The mistake we made as a party. Now we end on the only response to my brother question. I think my brother's statement is that CDC, there's some tremendous work in that country. But because we refuse to engage the media to tell the Liberian people what we were doing, it is none as a Liberian EDC. Let me ask you a question here. The development center and showing on spoon today, or when he did one. Were they talking there yesterday when we were in opposition, running propaganda? We today acknowledging why Unity Party did before we took over, but they couldn't do it yesterday because they wanted to see all of power. The citizens didn't do anything for that country. Why the citizens are crying now for George Weah? Why everywhere he go, people are crying, we made mistakes. Why? Oh, you know, I will dive into a little bit on the Nima politics before we leave today. And I hope that you're giving the opportunity to go that route. So I think to provide some clarity, but thank you.
Thank you so much. Siawite, let's get to you. If you have questions, you can ask your 2 questions. If you don't, we give you the opportunity to maybe make your input in 2 minutes.
Thank you, Junior, and good evening to the folks in Radio Land, fellow panelists, Cedric, Alfonso, and Aloysius. It's been a while. Good evening. Pastor, good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for coming. I mean, it's a pleasure to be on the show. You know, the show is a crossfire. Sometimes I know people get emotional, but that's the essence of the discussion. So, I mean, I don't know your background, though I came a little late, but it's a fun conversation. Sometimes it's good we have this conversation because it will also help to sharpen, the contradiction as well. I listened to you when I was going home, and you made a series of analysis. Liberia, for what I always say is that we all live in Liberia. We know what is happening here, and we are not stranger to Liberia. I think after the war, there have been a lot of things. Few things I just wanted to lay out as a, that you say in your expose. Sometimes we just need to be fair to the conversation. I know at that point you might have your political side, but I'm speaking as a Liberian anyway. But on the regime of the former president, I listen to you when you are making analysis of the CDC. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is that under the CDC government, I think after the war, I think we experienced one of the devastating situations in our country that has to do with sanction, and that is very, very much. We saw series of sanctions, from the CDC government, senior government officials that were sanctioned by the United States government. Your finance minister and the chief of staff told the president was also sanctioned. Serena Cephas, the rest of them. And I mean, all of those things, I think it was important also to touch that when you look at the economic decline, the high cost of living, that was clear. We saw in reports here, under President we are government. I mean, there were a lot of things that happened. For me, series of all of our panelists have spoken. We don't want to do it like it's a one-sided show, but sometimes when we are discussing the point, we need to be clear to the public too as well, because the weak institutional side, when you even look at the rule of law, I don't know whether you come from Nima today, or if you are not from Nima, but I think you should be fair to us too. Even the issue of rule of law, why was your own brother, even if you are not from Nima, Kabina Janet, were removed from his position only because he gave a dissenting opinion on the Supreme Court matter in 2017. You did not speak of that. I mean, there were a lot of things. The issue of the auditors, when people even came out on the radio and said those guys were having, I'm sorry for the expression, according to them, they were having sex in the vehicle. So those were things that happened under the regime, under the CDC regime. You see, even when you look at the protest, the line of protest in our country from 2019 to 2020 and up to the time President we are left, you will see that there were a lot of people that were challenged. You look at the issue of the issue of fiscal discipline. That was one of the issues from the CDC. Fiscal discipline was one of the challenges to the CDC. You saw people just disperse, and money. People talking about 25 million mop of exercise. I mean, there are many. We could not go into that. You see, there are a lot of indicators and there are a lot of things that happen under the CDC regime. I mean, it was not good for our country. And even from the report from the American government that today, over 5 officials of your senior government officials were sanctioned. So sometimes when we come to Unity Party, I mean, they did not do as to our expectation, maybe 100%, and for which no government will do, because our country is engulfed with a lot of insincerity. That one is on a clear telescope. 178 to 79 years is being a challenge. To bring you up to speed with the development of the Unity Party, the Unity Party took on a broken system of, we will say, a failed state. The United Party took on a country where you did not even have 1 megawatt running. Under the leadership of President Buak, under the leadership of President President Salif and Ambassador Buaka, electricity was restored to Morovia. The dam, our own people went and destroyed. It was restored. Though
Thank
it
you.
did not start from where it was. We had the Freeport to Red Light highway, 13.2 kilometer road. It was
Thank you,
constructed
Siawete.
infrastructure. No, John, I just need 30 seconds, please. You look at the Stoughton Creek Bridge, the Dover Bridge, the Karaye Bridge. I mean, you go towards Grand Kitmore. There are a lot of projects. I mean, we don't have the time to outline. We are not saying CDC did not do well. No, that's not my argument. But for people to come and outrightly try to pin the CDC as if they did, for me, no, I will not accept that. Under the CDC-led government, one thing we need to look at is the indiscipline of our fiscal policy in the country.
Thank you. Thank you,
The issue of
Siawete.
rule of law was one of the hard challenges, and we still face it. So, I mean, we got to be a little patriotic in our analysis. I know you have the exuberant to. I know you are a preacher, so you want to cajole us tonight, but yeah. So I mean, there have to be
don't put accusation on me. I don't cajole people. Preacher don't cajole.
No, but you know the men of God, they can cajole people to join their faith.
No, we just tell you what the thing is, my man.
So I mean, it's a good conversation. We sometimes when you give the kind of analysis, it's good to even most of the project that President Weah did, it came from that. Okay, you even look at the dormitory, for example, or AM Doclati. Those are development. You even talk about the anti-graft institution in the country. That's how people now are accounting for corruption. So I mean, it's a wide range of discussion, but it just we don't have a specific path to.
We can find a time to come back and make it more broader, my man. There's a good platform, Chris, but you guys want to go. I'm a busy person. I'm flying to where they play me to DMV. I mean to Maryland next week because about one of our chapters in the CDC having a convention. So I'm just all over the place, just basic, but I'll find make time available to be coming here. Because I mean, I'm a brother, the moderator, I'm not giving the chair, I know you can't be so many take the opportunity and just go,
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, Siawe, you my brother, my man. Me Siawe say bring up bell because I need Siawe, my mom got some connection with the Siawe people, so I don't know what the last name. But I'm from Nima anyway. I'm from Rabbi and God the other. There's a town they call Zodru in Ababi district area is where I'm from. But let me say this again. Sanction, brother. The way sanction comes into a country, it comes in many form and manner. If I want to target an individual to put sanction on the inner country, I'll just look for the flip side of that person and start making lobby with my friends at Congress, go to State House, and make lobby, put my way through. And if again, you see sanction coming. When you think why you think when they put sanction, they can't provide the evidence? How many people they have ever sanctioned before from the child day, even all to the time Edison name, the former vice president ever on sanction? Where did they provide the evidence? And these are the evidence why the people did. They don't provide evidence. They say sanctions are political, motivated issue. Some of these sanctions, let me tell you, some of these sanctions you see in the world, the Western use this thing to deter incoming administration behavior that way and doing. Some of these sanctions are not realistic. I don't want to dive on it. Because if you talk about you are just quoting the US government record or report on the citizen government. Have you read the two last report on this government? Where they were mentioning names, could have found name being mentioned, or stepping off or press freedom, or structure name being mentioned, common name being mentioned, the innocent being mentioned, or torturing. And you want to come here and talk about human rights? Talk about what this guy in jail said about the awesome case. What the US government, what the independent medical examination was done outside of Liberia, because one of those guys that was tortured was taken by the US authority. He's in the American hand. They conducted an investigation. And they came up with the fact that this guy was tortured. They were sodomized. And we come on the radio or we come on the air and we want to divorce that. But we're not here. First of a kind in our history that we saw police beating lawmaker, all of the 10 new positions that were not created by the judge, but rather than the 10 new position that President Baka resided over when he was the president of the Liberian Senate as a sitting vice president. He came and violated all of those 10 new law when it comes to the fragment of our judicial system, our law. This Baka regime is the worst. Was cabinet removal, was I certified? Was it enough for all to impeach? Well, for me, I wasn't happy with his impeachment. But I'm not a lawmaker. He went through the impeachment process, and the process went on. Why is the process for the justice or the chief justice or the associate justice to be impeached? It emanates from the lower house, and it goes to the upper house. At that point, the law said the chief justice presides over the impeachment proceeding. His Honor Justice Kobot, then with the chief justice, he presided over that proceeding. It went on and vote were cast. Whatever went on there, the deeds that were passed, who they talked to give for what I feel, that's a different political arena we can discuss, but it went through the process. The result was happy. No, the man not happy. Right? Did he do something well? They say he took a decision on the road phone and it caused the government millions of dollars because of that he was impeached. Amen. They seen old man pledge his support to the Unity Party. And we not gave up on Unity Party. Our elder from Nimati, I won't go through all the guys that pledge support to this particular government. Have we not given up on this government? Show me one person that have pledged support to the government that not working in the government, outside the government, still happy with the government. They are fragile, or they have destroyed the fabric of our judicial system. They brought barrage of unqualified people. They say they were magistrates. While I feel appointed people all over the place, it came on a stake attack. Some of them start resigning. Look, like I said tonight, I might have some CDC cap on me, and it might be causing some little problem. But I will say this to us: all of you are young people. Maybe age I might be older than some of you older than me. Sometimes we'll take out the cap. And that's why when you come, you speak something that I know that anybody I forgot about, and I will consent to, I will agree to it. All right. We're here and we want to talk about rule of law.
Yeah, hello.
How many people from the CDC or from the United Party that CDC went after Muto over as a government? I would need 15% that held that position from the United Party in the CDC government. See that Cover Brown, who was then the acting manager of the NPA, later she went to the National Housing Authority. That was a lady who told the Liberian people that when he became president, he made executive mansion on his football field. Because of national unity, governor of inclusion, he brought on board. The first foreign affairs minister, where he came from. The minister of transport, Blue, where he came from. These are manufacturing people he brought in the party. I can name on and on and on and on. We made some mistakes, and some of the mistakes we made that we sat down and we allowed propaganda to destroy our government. We sat down, we allowed propaganda to destroy the citizen government. People formulated, some of the people who told you said they are with a woman. Some of the people said Jefferson Koji, they are video that Aranya coming back to apologize, say we begging Jefferson Koji, we lie on him. They are video that you haven't seen those video. It will come from my mouth. You guys not seen it? We have to be very, very objective in national discussion. All right? Today, a certain chief of staff who was serving the Guya administration, today, he is the NSA boss. The passport issue that came up, the word grade that were accused by the civil unity party and say, oh, she did. Today, she is the deputy minister. In fact, they have elevated, she resigned their contract. Stop. But that's a woman you condemn because you were working with a Joyce Weir. People have to be objective. When I come on this platform, I will list what CDC there, I will never unity party. If I leave anything, I can play unity party of opposition. You understand that? If I leave something out about unity party, you bring it, I know that too, I will accept it, I will allude to it, will move on. But we now sit on this platform and the kind of good work that His Excellency President we are there for this country. But we will use propaganda and destroy it. All right? That's harmonization you're talking about. You know how the harmonization came about? Some have explained the harmonization over and over. But some have explain this in this sense. We were in the government as a supervisor because I graduated from one university in Liberia. Somebody came from America. We doing the same job. They're making 500, I'm making 300. When President William took over, there was a recommendation from the IMF. Because we on the harmonization, we begging you before you come up with it. There was a recommendation from the IMF. You have to have a reform or personal reform. Reform. That's how the harmonization was initiated, to have an equilibrium of wages. You get our BSc degree, you deputy minister, our BSc degree, our deputy minister, then you making 7 or 3,000, I'm making 1,000 going for America. They give you that financial level to be able to take care of your mortgages here. We said no. In our regime, we didn't break capital building. So I know somebody else was speaking. I was saying, so I don't want to stop there, but I know CDC made some mistake, and I will not come on this show and say we did not make a mistake. And those mistakes we are recalibrating them to come back to ensure that the Liberian people deserve. Now the rascal want to condemn all of your condemn private jet, you condemn Boca private jet. The 10 million project in Lofa, you condemn job or housing unit, you're not condemn that one. We have to be honest. We have to be honest. Did I condemn it? No. The private jet you're condemning the president job we are, you don't condemn Boca private jet. No. He has made the 7th trip. Why has he brought home? I'll stop there, man, my people.
Thank you so much, Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. Folks, if you're just joining us this evening, you're listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. Now, we will ask this will be our second round of questioning. Each panelist will be opportune to ask one question to the guest. Let me set the pace with the line of questioning from my end. One of the reasons why the CDC-led administration was removed from power, some of us that are not politicians, we supported that campaign message was, President George Manuel, we are used to leave the country to go and watch football game in France. He used to leave the country and go to Ghana overnight without any other, notification to the public that the president is leaving the country. And the Unity Party-led government succeeded on that, and it came to power. Recently on Spawn TV, the Senator of Nema, Samuel Koga, said the vice president was having some back pain, and he went to Ghana for treatment. But today, when the vice president arrived in the country yesterday, he spoke with journalists at the Roberts International Airport. And when they asked him about his health condition, he said he's perfectly okay. He didn't go to Ghana for any other treatment. Now, this was the same message preached against your president, that he used to leave the country without any message, without the country knowing about it. With the current sitting vice president leaving the country without any other people knowing about it, without any, trip to say he's going for this, he's going for an official visit, for this, for that, and now he's back in the country with nothing. What say you?
So, government.
Question going to now.
Me. I mean, a panel there, but.
Not a guess, not guess, my man. Don't
I don't panel there to that about guess, my man.
The pastor.
Don't be over ZD, I beg you. Leave the pastor to answer.
We'll cut to you. So, you see, government work overtly. The way government work, there are some times the president and the vice president will leave the country for some covert operation. They will not announce it. But you know what make it bad now? They dress it yesterday like a buku man. They put people in the brain way. So it attempt to hunt them. Oh, didn't you hear what they don't say that now you see the necessity of President flying private jet? They know also the necessity because of we are. And I think the crowd we are all there. We are never went to France. I mean, I call it wherever you went to watch football game. We are also guests of honor to the opening of the World Cup. And because America playing on the third day of the opening of the World Cup, he decided to remain there to watch his son play, which I don't have a problem with. After that, Georgia attended there was a global environmental summit held in Paris. From there, they have another conference, and I will try the next time I come, I'll bring those info because of what I praise today, what is it we are discussing, so I can come really prepared and provide those information. But I was not giving, but I'm just giving those people. Some of you can go and do your research. They had another program in Morocco. And he attended. When he left from there, he flew to the US. They programmed back to Burger King where he spoke good English. George, we came here as well. It was when you saw that video where he was football game with the US President George Biden. I was in DC. All right. So because he had the autonomy, he decided not to go back to Labrador and can't go. So he decided to stay there, left for time. People grab it and make it out of issue. But like you already said, if our president just left the country, the Labrador Huawei, just slick. He came in, he come back. Okay, say you go for health issue. What do you go for? Did he explain to the Labrador people? I didn't listen to our interview. But to expand on that, the national, I mean, the United Nations General Assembly started on the 28th of, was it October? No, 27, in between the other day, that's a week ago. President Bouakai came in this country and spent 27 days. We were not even near the UNGA. Did they care to tell the Labrador people what was the autonomy? Prior to the UNGA, what was he doing? Did they tell the Labrador people? No. But let these judges we are. The United Party will be on the air from everywhere. Talking story. Yet they want us to come here and sing praises to them and say they've been doing exceedingly well. Are they serious? They are not. So, Mr. Moderator, these guys have been lying. They have succeeded in their lives, and they want to continue in the lie. Some of us have sat on the fence for the Labrador political landscape for a long time. We said to ourselves, going forward, we will now sit on the fence. We'll come and provide those clarity, and gradually they will resonate with the Labrador people. The truth is just the truth. Like my brother Shah was saying, will the government, will every government do 100%? No. No. They can't come with that. We expect government to do 100%. No. But when they come and do some good things, that talk those good things. You condemned us yesterday. You say private jet was wrong. You say we build condominium in less than. I'm a construction engineer. How can you build condominium in 6 months? That number of building, how possible it is? But you make people to believe that you build in 6 months. Go look at right now. Go look at. Or they want to improve the income or it's coming out. The gigantic structure, the Omen building has retirement. Look, the mistake we made because we hated George Weah was to entrust these people who are in their retirement age with our country. They get nothing to lose. They are looting from everywhere. Should be one government entity in the government that is not mad with corruption. Should be one. During the CDC regime, you're talking about drugs. You know when drugs started coming in our country? When our border was open, our border was Pandora back. People could just fly and come in. We have meal in the country. People can. Nobody saw it then. Drugs started coming in our country. Right? And I will say this with you. We made the fight of drugs to who have done more. Yes, who have done more. Passing the law was not enough. We made the drug law that the government is supposed to be operating today as powerful as it is, we pass that drug law. If you don't know, it was CDC that passed the drug law. It was CDC that passed the freedom of not freedom of information, but freedom of press of expression. We passed that. Whatever you say as a journalist cannot be held against you in the court of law. We passed that law. You're talking about reform. They provide on the reform that we passed. Okay. On the law, the drug law says, I can't give you exactly the other section, but no portion of that drug law says the seller is commit more crime than the consumer. So in other words, when you arrest a seller and arrest the consumer, the seller will face more national penalty or statutory penalty than the consumer. So these are reforms we're putting together. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me get the last statement. You guys did not condemn. George Weah gave all a step of the act via the Lord and RRA. His former president, immediate former president, traveled on a way by you humiliated him. And saying, can I use the VIP law? All of you here, none of you have condemned it. But you want all to come here and clap for Boatan. When you begin, look, let's agree the court invaded CDC. They agree. In our job administration, that property since you're going to move from there without it being destroyed. That's the Union Party was there. Union Party going to leave without destroying. What we're going to do? We're going to discuss it. We agree there's a major political opposition. Why you did, you are widening the division of the blue and green in the country. Is that the only way do you have to resolve that issue? You're all over the place breaking people things that are in the country. The one about development, I appreciate it. Yeah. But if the court pass a law, there's a logical implication of that law that you need to follow as a government. Your citizen will be homeless when people go take them and break their home down. So what you do, you get involved. You court pass it, then you pay the owner of the property who won the case and throw them out there and negotiate and find remedy. But by the time they say court, then they send people. Why they put homeless? So you can't do that. I don't want to come here and praise this government. I can blame my state government a little, but these people, they are the worst. This is the worst version of the Unity Party.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will go to Afonso to ask his one question, and after Afonso, we go to Shadrach. After Shadrach, we go to Chris. From Chris, we go to Aloysius Siawite. Then our man Lorena don't care will take us home. Afonso, let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. You know, our guest, if I were in a church, I think I will be an offering ball.
Oh, no, don't come here, my offering basket. I'm not playing work. I have seen them, man. I'm not playing the work.
Because you will cajole all the person you go inside. But anyway, yeah, I like your zest. I like your energy you have. Even if you are talking something that is not actually true, the way you post it look very interesting. So I like it. Yeah, when you come here and say, yeah, something else going on. But anyway, let me just leave it as a way we were doing our poor analysis. It's good that you come today to say some things that the next time you come, you will not mention them, because if you mention them, there will be more research on it and you will be defeated in the argument. So yeah, we will have to go to another panelist to make their point.
Thank you.
But yeah, Lou say I said it true, so you get nothing to say. And Lou to that. What you say?
No, no. You said some true thing. I'm not saying everything you said was lie. You said some true thing, but it's just that you are a man of God, and you said you did not come here to preach, the good for the other side. You only come to preach your own side and be the other side. And I feel it's a difference. No, but he said you not come talk for Unity Party, you can't talk for your party.
I said in my expose, if I leave something out and any of you mention it is true, I will allude to it. But don't expect me to come and sing praises when they are condemning us.
And you are pastor, I expect you to put the whole thing.
Quality started from heaven. Quality started from heaven. Set up
Okay,
back. She's so good at waiting. That waiting. You better stop. Go ahead, man. Put the next person. You're putting the next person on.
okay, boss man.
Shadrach, if you are there, let's hear your one question if you have.
Yeah, Junior, no, like I said, I'm a principal model person. I said I don't have question for our brother. The only problem I have when you come to debunk things, no, the thing I like boy is statement. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be objective. Objectivity comes with how to call it. If you start with you, that's no problem. Yeah, like 70 said, for me, I'm not to say any government that are being operating like really, I don't know 100% perfect. Even 75% no. But when we come to public media to provide information for the public, there are kids, there are those who not following government process, who listening. So when you spell lies in the public, it becomes no society problem. That's my disappointment with him. Because if, like I said, personally, we had did some things that were very good for our society, and Ellie did very good things that would do. It was many work for society because Ellie, I'm sure, very tall because she took over a failed state, actually lawless state, that nothing was in place to build a system. It's not an easy task. To lay policies that everybody will come by, it's not an easy task. That is a greater EV development first in the first we go to our infrastructure. Because you don't have policy, you don't have regulation rules, no infrastructure cannot be built because if we put it or destroy it. So we try to balance equation if we say we are objective or we are honest. But wearing political garment to denigrate other people and present yourself as an angel, like what it can be my problem with people. That for me, I don't have question for him. Like I said, I don't have question for him. I just want to make that clarity. Thank you, and go to probably the weekend late. Want me that import and me that import.
Thank you, Aloysius. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah. So, our brother, I getting to know that you're a pastor, and that's good. It is extremely well. Pastor, then sometimes they don't want to tell you say you're married next year. When I get married, and they say, "Oh, your faith was not strong." So they put you right back. They put you right back to you, even though they didn't want to you. But when I happen, say you are at fault. That's our pastor, and that's how it is. But I'm glad that at least he have reduced, his presentation. He now identifying things that this government has done. I mean, past government has done. And in fact, he said finally, I think that was the last word, that this is the West Unity Party, not the other one. Yeah, not sorry. Making our charismatic pastors, that's how sometimes they preach. That's okay. And the issue of he made mention of Capitol building was not burned, during their term. Yeah, it's true. And the reason it was not burned because the speaker those speakers who were taken from their position, they were not people from unit or CDC. Except this one, go far from CDC, and when you were taken from there, and then we have to burn half of our Capitol building. So we need to be like somebody said, he's using objectivity, patriotism, in other words, but then it utterances and other things that a little bit far from it. Let's be realistic. And the issue of the vice president traveling, with Honorable breaking the news. For me, I'm going to take a little bit differently. Honorable Koga is our brother, and Jeremiah is also a brother. Vice president is a brother, and we need to slow down some of the things he says about somebody, and you cannot just come and say the person went for treatment and the person back. I think you giving information as if you got complete control, and then the vice president can say no. He's not. I mean, Honorable Kuka is not spokesperson for Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn. He has something that he cannot bring to public. So he should be careful. We need, to work together. We need diversity, in NIMA politics. It's true, but we should also know that we are all citizens of NIMA, and we our own, relationship with one another. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pastor, if you can respond to that before we go to
I'll just do a quick response. So
okay.
You will know me better maybe in future or wherever, but I want the charismatic pastor, my ideology and philosophy about the way pastor ministers is different. That's why in my church, I don't tell 50% go here, 10% go here. No, I mean, you will not find that in my congregation. I don't tell people that tomorrow your prayer account will be full when you have nothing doing. I don't subscribe to those casual way of ministering God's word. There are principles in the Bible that lead to prosperity. And if you don't follow the principle, you will die in poverty. You can be the best only person, you will die in abject poverty. The principles of wealth and the principle of going to heaven are two different powerful principles in the kingdom of God. And people must understand that. You see, you will bless the works of our hands. You're not working. You're not doing nothing. But you believe that when you pray 24/7, God is going to open the manner days has passed. We are in a generation of doing and obtaining results. So I don't want to make that clarity. All right? Hey, if you're not prepared as a husband, you will not get married. You're not prepared as a wife material, you will not get married. Marriage is a result of preparation. So though they are friends setting the do, I don't have plenty of friends in my pastoral kingdom. A lot of my friends are people who I think I can make impact to. So I don't want to be like, but next thing I'm going to say is that the thing called honesty. He that preaches equity must come with a clean hand. Yeah. On this panel, on this platform, to the sense I've been here. Already been 7 people with the exception of Siawe and our loud brother spoke. But everything about CDC is dedication. He dedicated CDC. CDC administration was West. It was this. But you are never tonight. You are never contained. The unconstitutional practice have been taken in our country. Supreme Court ruled by law. When Supreme Court rule is a law, there is no appeal above the Supreme Court. Supreme Court rule. And the presidency, what Supreme Court said that he do your own thing. You want to sit here and say, yeah, we're clapping for them. They are done excellently well with our country or rule of law. Capital building got boring. In the next 20 minutes, the president was there and said, hooligans. What informed his decision? I'm from the background of construction. Right now in the US, I'm doing a bit of, safety and fire-related courses because the fee I work in is, that way, those safety requirements, you have to do them. Before you make those kind of things, the first people that should have access that building, not even the police. The Labrador National Fire Service should have barricaded our entire place. We need Labrador Electricity Corporation do a investigation, whether it was a shock or whatever, those things were not done. All right? But somebody said that also. Now, the police that were in charge of the Capitol building when it got burned are not investigating themselves. How many people are suffering the majority of blood that was invited on a fire issue? Although my own older brother and friend was at the Capitol building, 12 o'clock at night, my phone called him. He answered for the Capitol building. The chairs in the joint chamber were removed. When they were always there, they were seen at City Hall when they moved to City Hall. Did they call this guy to ask them questions? There are Capitol security that take care of Capitol building, were they caused to be asked questions? The police that were on duty that night, were they questioned? If they were questioned, did we see it as citizen? Was it see anywhere like they take to the opposite? I mean, the minority black, the cover black. No, let me tell you, Liberia is fragile, my people. And if we want unity, government had to be very intelligent and deliberate on national building. The way this woman is proceeding, he widening the division in our country. Some of you don't want to say it, we say it. Yesterday, you're complaining, oh, and they're parting from the South E, the speaker, they're not parting from the South E, the finance minister. We have 22 cabinet ministers, 22. How many of them from Lufa? Well, when you come here and class here, they're doing well. How many of them from Lufa? The major key positions that Lufa made Black as president. How many cabinet ministers you get from Nima County? Oh, you want to go that route? Okay? So we have to be sincere here. I wasn't condemning Union Party in totality. But if you break in comparison analysis, then let's look at the who spent 6 years, and let's look at who spent 18 years. 12 plus 2, that's a 14. And that compare, that's how broad the Union Party business in. Because we're comparing and contracting. So that is what the situation is. Unity Party have served like we were too long. If they stay competing with CDC on development, then they have failed. That's the point I'm trying to make in conclusion tonight. All right? If you were born before me as my older brother, and I come, maybe you 5, 6 years older than me, and I'm in the 12th grade, you stay in the 10th grade, or you must say in 12th grade to get up, there's something wrong. That thing is wrong that you are talking tonight. Okay? Especially this version of the cities tell about you can see how loaded they are. Did you see the kind of police brutality in our country right now on the job we have again? Of the space of space. Did you see that? So they trust and they arresting a few days. When no not going DA and I put on focus on and they say they're doing that right now. All the drugs they arrested, CDC brought in the country and kept them somewhere, right? That now you're uncovering them. You have to be serious here.
Thank
Don't
you.
take cartel, you're putting over DE so that they are drug enforcement people. They are the cartel.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you so much. You know, the two sciences, when they link pastor and a politician, then you should have a lengthy 45-hour discussion, because that's a lot. Pastor can already talk, politician can talk, and the men are 2 in 1. So, folks, if you're just joining us this evening, we are in conversation with Pastor Success A.B. Dennis. He's with us here tonight discussing some bit of national politics. Chris, let's hear your one question if you have. If you don't, we go to Siawite, and after Siawite, I will take us.
Yeah, thank you. I will make
Just before you come in, I got 20 more minutes to be with you guys, just for the record.
Yeah, I know you are. Let me.
Yeah.
So, I just say short if I make my question. I know when my dear good friend Siawite was talking, I was listening. I think Bobby a lot of us said it. Auditor died in this government, but you fail to talk about Harry Greek death, other death that occurred during the Unity Party term. But again, that's it. That's about the body politics. People will take that side.
Is that competition?
It's that competition, but we analyzing, we balance the equation. You talk about the get you balance he thought, but you're only one sided. That's what I'm saying. But my question to you on the show is Success. Looking at the CDC, what they're going through right now, from the party headquarters, to the next level. Looking at the situation under this government, that the United Nations.
Party headquarters now. Don't say their party.
I come in. 70. I will not be a Elisha who supporting you the party on cover. I'm the supporter person that we are.
Why you say on cover? Why you say on cover? I already said on the issue. I say I support Unity Party.
No,
a
he
party is
said,
Liberia
he
Transformation
said,
Party. Supporting a
yeah,
party and
Chris,
come
ask your
from another
question,
part
leader.
of different.
Ask your question, my brother. Ask
okay.
your question.
My question is, recently, looking at what happened in this under the government, press have been haunted. The United States Department whatsoever can report on the press issue, human violation, no freedom of speech, and a lot of things the NSA tormenting people. Do you think that the opposition, not just CDC, the opposition, do you think it's safe on this government to have a free way to spread on sale, to have peaceful gathering? Police are not going to go there to open tear gas at the day to Ralphie when they went for the reform president. Do you think the government is safe under this regime?
So, yeah, Chris, like I said, I got 20 more minutes, I got about 18 more minutes with you guys. Let me say this. Liberia not just on the opposition right now. All need to pray. Looking at the sub-region and the way Liberia is proceeding under this government, a lot has happened. It's not just about Liberia. A lot has happened. That my own friends and brothers who support this regime would not want to speak to. Amen. Same president, Bwaka became president. And when he came in, like normal routine where government officials go receive the president and they're happening. But because citizens converge in their numbers to go welcome president, we are United Party. What will be that challenge? If I told them that I'm taking all the NTA buses, if that was citizen taking the NTA buses, the next thing they could be seen was the bus also be running and making money for the Liberian people. They're talking go welcome president. We are. That's how kept prepared for these guys are. All right. So it's not just about being opposition. The whole country, what we say, we are in a police state right now. The brutality is all over. It's melted. Look at King Joe. Seriously, got on the street. Who Joe we have been a medicinal when they were protesting? Who he be? With the exception, we had to use a water truck when they said they want to cook in from the second marginal hotel. No, if you want to go find somewhere to cook your food to eat. But the first the Jews started protest, then we feed them. That's how a democracy is supposed to be. We bought them water. You saw the putting food in the police car to eat. The police went for food and brought it. That's how a democracy is supposed to be. President Bwaka being the major opposition leader at the time during the citizen regime was seen in a protest. But we saw something protest held by the ANC and the rest of the guys from the opposition. Who touched them? Police were provided to protect them. Students, uniform students got on the street, Georgia regime, and started the presidential convoy. He got down and met those students. In the regime, students say our teachers are not in class. They got on the street. What happened? They don't allow those children beat them. And the United Party will come here and say, I'm a president, United Party. My brother, I'll be living in utopia. It will be illusionous for me to come here and create this Unity Party. Man, said we can discuss it. You have a pros and cons and what have you. But this Unity Party, oh my God, this one, my people, the worst we ever have in our country's history.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pastor. You know, you say you don't get much time, so I beg you can be.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not you all the time. I agree with you.
Yeah, okay. So, let's get to you. Your one question. After you go to Mana Lorena, then she can ask a question.
Yeah, John. I mean, I really admire the pastor tonight. You know, I came a little late, so I would want the pastor to, appear. It's good that he came. The next time, at least it should be a little interactive. I think we appreciate that. But I think he can squarely to, give position from the CDC angle, for which is good. I know Chris is really feeling good tonight because if to even ask the question instead of him saying, the reconstruction of our party, he's saying the CDC. Be clear, say, so I mean, that's the flip side. Eh?
I understand, John.
I just wanted to throw light on the question you asked regarding the return of the vice president. You know, Liberia as a country, I would want to say, even the essence of communication now, I think we are digressing a little from what we need to do as a citizen. John, you know, and I know, I did my master's program in the East, meaning in Rwanda, and you are there. We don't want to compare the way freedom of speech and what have you it is there, but if you look at the way Liberians are taking freedom of speech now, it is not just unique to this government, but even in previous government, I think people are going out the ban. Even approaches to leaders. Because, I mean, while it's true, there could be another argument that, oh, the man is a public servant, he's a this. But I think there are statutory institutions that are responsible to give position.
That is my best friend from Union Party. That's my man from Union Party that I met talking there. They make a total reality.
The office.
Give
me a chance now. The office of the vice president and that of even the president, those are sacred and unique offices that may position, on the absence or presence of the president. What we witnessed a few days, it was just, a mere, for me, I would say, it was a mere, propaganda, a mere hit for, for some leaders. Because from what we witnessed, for me, I was shocked when I even listened to Senator Koga narration on one of our sister program. I felt actually disappointed because the vice president had not made any position of an illness if he was ill, for which he had not been established by even his press team up to now, and was pronounced by him. I think, to me, in my mind, it was unfortunate. He was not in a position to do, because he's not a medical practitioner to pronounce. That's why even when someone even make accident or whatsoever sin, God forbid, if the person dies, you don't pronounce the person death. It is done by even the police. They don't do. They call the medical practitioner or to the hospital. That's where the person is pronounced dead. So some of these things, people need to be very careful as to how they give information. Another thing is what they call him blocker. I think the LTA also need to come in to have restriction. It's not only about this government, or it's not, but the proliferation of too many, I don't know how we call it in Liberia, is creating a lot of conflict. To just conclude with this, it is not unique to our society, because the last time I woke up, I went on social media, we saw the death of our brother Vanny Jesse. Today, Vanny Jesse is still alive. So why are we training this path? Is it everything about our country we want to politicize? I said, no. Onokun is a leader of our country. Why will people be celebrating his illness or this? It's disappointing. When I saw that the last time, I said, I think on the show I said it. I said, well, I've just heard it, but we hope Vanny, but the way the country is training, the path is training is not good. That people will just work on and get information that is not being verified. So for you to even ask that question that, oh, what's the return of the vice president? The vice president is a statement. He moved to these places, and the information, maybe probably you need to do research to also check as to what was the essence of the visit. But what I want to say in my conclusion is that our country, the trend, the freedom of speech, I think, is being abused, and the regulatory, body, we also need to see that. I think in our South region, when the guy who appeared here the other day, I think the police guy, he talked about the cyber crime. The cyber crime is not only about hacking people; it's about providing misinformation to the public. It's a crime. So I mean, we also need to look at that. And Pastor Success, for me, while it's true I came late, but you did well by presenting your platform to defend the CDC tonight. But I think next time we'll have to do it interactive. I think being a guest and also, setting the basis will be better. But it's good that you come. This is our show. We say words, not bullet. At any time you are opportune to come and you have your view to share, we appreciate that you come at any time. Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor, I think maybe you can just hold on, let Madam
Yeah, let's go
Lorena.
to the next person. I'll just do a conclusion, then I'll leave.
Okay, thank you. Lorena, if you are there, you can ask your one question, then the pastor will respond and he leaves.
Okay, so I will use my time because I wasn't following the show. I was in a very historic, joyous, glorious place tonight. So I wasn't following the show. I just got home and the vice president was like, you're not joining the show tonight. I said I will join that show and go home. Where I sitting, nah. I mean, this is something that is I need to spend time here. So I don't have questions to ask the pastor, but I just want to give God the glory that the vice president is back home. And when you see him, I just posted some of the pictures in our chat room. And people who carry news around how he say how they flew him, he even look heftier than 99% of them. And the few things I heard was trying to say some things that the government is doing. So when I hear someone who is a pastor supporting the CDC and coming on the show to talk for the CDC, then I'm asking myself the questions about the fruit of the spirit. So as a pastor, you have a right to take a side, but then how do you compare the fruit of the spirit with the side you're supporting? When we talk about with everything that happened in the last 6 years in this country, was a pastor was he not able to talk to a leader, or they have a kind of leader that you cannot suggest to? Is that what it means? Or they were just there, okay, once it is us, it's okay. And then they put away the Christianity aspect of their life and were looking at it when auditors were being killed, when corruption was taking place in broad daylight, when people were just going and printing money because they wanted to have money, when people were just in less than 6 months, when people were building homes for themselves, and they didn't care about the government, the country, the citizen. So I'm thinking, where was the pastor? Where did they leave the Bible, the scriptures? So but again, we are glad that they are saying these things, because when you criticize, though why tomorrow it may not be factual, we look at the facts, the little facts that in it, and we use it to strengthen up ourselves to do better. Because the more you talk, the better we work, the better the government work, and then the better Liberia gets. And that's what we want. So it's not bad, Pastor. You can always come on the show. You can even invite other people to come on the show and bring about this argument, but balance the story. Say the government is not doing this, though my people, they're not doing, they're not even, they were worse. It will be better because of the name, the preface, pastor, just because of that. But as a regular citizen, I wouldn't say this thing I'm saying. But because of that, name, the preface, the title pastor, that's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. Because citizens are known for turning green to black. But as a pastor, you should balance the story so that you can, tomorrow is Sunday, then you go to church first Sunday, take communion, and you are relaxed. So that's why I will start. I want to say, I'm happy that the vice president is back in country. And he said he come and he's starting work Monday to
You listen to Antoinette?
The agenda of the president in the interest.
You listen to Antoinette? The Bible Professor Antoinette? Thank
you. Thank you so much, Madam Lorena.
You don't ask me questions.
Pastor Success.
Yes, sir.
Dennis, we want to say thank you for being on the show tonight. You did your best. You are intellectually
capacitated. I want to see you. Don't go mute. I want to see what I'm talking about.
So this shouldn't be your last time coming. As a son of Nima, we encourage that you appear here more frequently so that we can be discussing this national issue. Like one of the panelists, Mana Lorena, said, the more we discuss them, the more we bring them to light, the more the government take notice of it and try to work up on them. Thank you so much for being here tonight. In 2 minutes, give us a parting comment.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, panelists. Thank you for the time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to the Liberian people on national issue. As I'm about to take my leave, I just want to say to you, we are not among those pastors who are dumbfounded and blind on national issues. We are the kind of people that were trained and believe in system. So whether we are for or against, when we see lapses, we speak on it. So it's very unfortunate that you came late, but we spoke on wide range of national issues, where the good ones are, where the bad ones are. And you know, Sister Lorena, thank God you have proximity with the vice president. You know. You know, but then we see this on the basis of national deliverable. Win us. They won because we refuse to maintain our relationship with our late political godfather. It's because of tribal issue that we lost the election. Anybody I will vote again. You know, party will see a coup as a vice president ticket. The last thing I don't want to see. You think that development issue? If you are taking coup for not taking a post, somebody else they move from the event and they see what's going to happen to 2023. Or go be a tsunami victory. But because anybody saw their son and thinking that when they promote their son, the son will in return be a blessing to the country. But I don't want to go that route to now. I will leave it for now. But I don't want to go there. And if you the health, I'm not going to measure on that. I don't do those things. I don't destroy people's health. Health, nobody touching health or anywhere, whether you were sick and when, I don't want to dive into it. But if 5% leaving the country, citizens supposed to know. That's the only thing I can say. Right? I hope say Lorena talking some good thing. I must say, we didn't do this, we did this, we did that. Say, Lorena, where are you, Mama? You're not in Liberia? Have you seen the 10 million John Dante project in local country for Baba retirement? The last the other day was saying it was for where it is? Mario, you have to come. The that kind of embarrassing situation. Talking on that one. The one he building in Broadville. So he talking on that one. We are talking job. We are housing unit he paid there. In 1 year. If I'm a structural engineer, there's nowhere in Liberia with those kind of building you can build in 6 months. It's not possible. Those construction started. And that's why I gotta get Phil put a civil hospital because you were ahead of that construction. That construction started in 2013, even before the COVID. Yes, the construction came on a high speed when he became senator and president. I will allude to it. But to say he became president before that construction was initiated is diabolical. We need to desist from it. My brother here talking about how people using lies. We are using one lie to destroy that country. All right? You think Jeremiah Kun he had to where he sit down. He happy when Nima had made like a president and see Lofians are dominating the government and doing nothing. You think Kun happy? You just started because he vice president. Or you do not know that they are discussing behind closed door. He's on that job. You can't tell them. How they can't trust Kun to be on the ticket for United Party to the night. You don't know. We know these things. Because we're in that chat room. And they don't even know our normal single chat because they can't identify them. So we shouldn't come here. I don't want to put my on Kun because Kun is my Nima brother. Oga is my Nima brother. We'll sort our Nima issue on the other side. But don't come here, Mama. If you have proximity with the vice president, thank God that's our brother, that's our son, we're embrace him. That's our daughter's son, we're embrace him. But I will tell you, this government. You guys say, Lorena, you saw the human rights report on this government? Or you saw the left one that came on the feed on the economy? People can lie here. They say they reduce the US price. You in Morocco, what is US price right now? You call the US price in America. My children are in like, brother, team money every day. What is US price right now? Is that in 190? People have to be real here. All right? People have to be real here. So what I'm saying here is that, and I will stay away on a little bit. When we sit and think that my own criminal is the best criminal, my own criminal is the worst criminal, then everybody depend on criminal. But when you put your criminal aside and say that my own criminal here, I don't want him. Then I'm supposed to put that on the criminal, that bro get better. Then that bro get better. And that's all I want to say on my parting comment. We take Liberia as a country and not divide on green and blue line. No, bro, go anywhere. When my own brother couldn't get to know that CDC was bad, where he is today, amen. They were in the mind between he and Ide conclude there. Ide said one he in Tampa. Don't want to bring record outside here. Today he was not dying wine with the CDC for almost 5 years. I can't bring he saw an opportunity to become a bad person. He came about say in prison. But it doesn't mean you cannot say CDC is the way it was the word. Did he talk about it? Most of us should talk true. But he's not the one that won't read any day. Finger the day that 2023 Baka prove be going down there. So you working with down the hill bring man. You want all to come. Look, you just have to be honest. And in our honesty, maybe we'll make some mistake, we'll leave some things out. But when people point out, we should allude to it. And I said it here on the radio, said it on the air. No auditor died. The way the justice ministry handled the case, I didn't like it. I felt they didn't provide everything. They didn't do thorough investigation in my mind. Yes, we don't want to talk about death. We don't want to talk about them. We discuss death. Who killed? You know how many human beings United Party are killed in our country? I will name it agenda. I can name them on and on and on, even in this government. So I will come back again, right? I will come back again and thank you, or praise for introducing me to this platform. I will come back, and next time when these kind of conversations are coming up, what I would advise, we shouldn't just have an open-air discussion. Pick major national topic, place them on the flyer, do that flyer, send it out 2-3 days ahead of time, and then we too can send it to our various partner, chat room, so that other people come and see, and then we work. We just focus on those topics. And then also the panel, the guests that is coming to be in the know of those topics on the discussion so they can bring adequate information. All right. So I want to
thank you, Pastor.
everybody.
Before you end,
yeah.
Before you leave, that your man Chris put you in the Bible. Let me see that one clear.
No,
Chris,
Chris, John, we are saying tomorrow. We said tomorrow, and the CEO called me this morning. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So, Pastor, just conclude with us shortly.
Yeah. So again, like I was saying earlier, I know there was an error on the United Party and the Action Party. What I was concerned about is not even the fund. My concern was the year they were funded. And it was funded in 1984. BKS, I do agree to that. Thank you for that correction. He funded the United Party, and then and then the Action Party was funded by Jazzy Fiado, the Coco Dioko, right? So those things, information we carry here. When you're talking, you go out a little bit, but it was funded in 1984.
Thank you.
And they gave back to A.M. Buchanan. So thank you again. That's it. And I'm on my way to work, guys. You know that America, when we talk about to go to find other than that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Pastor.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so, folks, it was a wonderful show, a great one. You know, when the guests come, when he's from the other party, we allude, we agree if we are from that party. If he's not from there too, we try to make some fact check and bring it on the platform, which is great for us as panelists. As always, we stay here for our post-analysis era of the show. Each person will be given 3 minutes. But let me start with myself. Now, the reason why I asked this question, Sewite, probably you might think that, okay, it was wrong. But I laid the basic at first that the George Weah-led administration was criticized for going to France to watch football game, for going in Ghana overnight without telling the country people. It was even alleged that he bought a house for an actress in Ghana. Now, if the United Party ran campaign on the same thing and came to power, and the vice president was quote unquote, they said he was sick and he went to Ghana, and when he came back, he said he was not sick. What did you go for? When yesterday you said people shouldn't leave the country without telling the country. What did you go for? This is how President Weah went. After a few months, we started hearing that he has bought a house for Jackie Appiah in Ghana. Because he used to go there overnight, he sleep there, nobody will know, and people flag it out. The then president of Ghana said, no, you can't come to my country without informing me, which is bad. Whatever happened to you here as a partner, as one of the head of states from the ECOWAS, people will blame me because it will happen in my country. Now, if the vice president is going, the country doesn't know, then CIWT will tell me that we misuse freedom of speech. Yesterday, we didn't misuse freedom of speech. Today, we are misusing them. I ask my question here for the politics. If I'm the only person, I prefer every single Liberian be industrial than being a politician, because that's what I believe in. That's what I think will build Liberia. We can be the oldest in Africa, and we are still struggling with petty things like road construction and all of that. Freedom of speech, yes, it's not really given in the East. I agree to it, but I don't know which one of the top countries in the East you will compare to Liberia. You cannot compare Uganda to Liberia. You can't compare Kenya to Liberia. You can't compare Rwanda to Liberia. Rwanda population is like almost times 5 of Liberia population on a rate of 5 million people. And you reach on the street of Rwanda, it's clean. The people are patriotic. So I didn't ask that question based on politics. And like the guest said, one thing that I took from him tonight is all of us should be agent of change. For all the politics, we should put Liberia first. Then whatever thing will come after, political party, here and this and that, all of the other one will come after. But what getting me scared is all of us on the show, one way or the other, we are politicians. I see my brother CIWT recently on Facebook denigrating the senator when he is saying that the senator shouldn't put mouth on the vice president, but he is putting mouth on the senator. Another representative too is putting mouth on the senator. How do we respect the leaders? When one is saying, do not say this to leader, then another leader saying it to another person, then another person saying it to another person. We all helping to spoil the country. If you saw today on Facebook, a boy was graduating. And you know where on the sheet people put what they want to become in future? That boy put there, Liberia will decide. At the age of, I don't know, 16, 17, he's saying Liberia will decide. That means we are going wrong. People, a lot of us are growing up, we say we want to be doctor, we want to be pilot. Some of us, we had the opportunity, we enroll in school, yes. But how many people you know that say they wanted to be doctor today that are riding motorbikes? So I allude to that begin point. Liberia will decide. I will stop here, go to my brother, Alfonso, the co-host, and after Alfonso, we'll go to Shadrach to CIWT to Chris, to CIWT to our man Lorena, and she will take us home.
I want to be the last one there, please. The oil that going from.
No,
No
I'm
problem.
gonna be the last. I'm gonna be the last.
To net there. The girl that came from opposition. The girl that came from opposition, I will be the last. Let them go first tonight. Dion, let them go first. That's it.
I was the last account is show, so I will be the last.
How many minutes, John? You said 3?
Yeah, you can go for 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Okay, man, 5 minutes.
So that was okay.
Thank you, John. If I can go for 2 minutes, no problem. But thank you. I want to say the show was good. Thank God that the guests came. They did that boycott. He was strong to stay, to say all the lies, and also say some truth. The good thing, last I heard from him is you have to bring your criminal out first if you want us to discuss the issue of Liberia improvement. Bring your criminal out first and say this is my criminal. Then we will bring our criminal and say this is our criminal. Then I think we will make them change public and see how we can change our country. I like that from him. But the curiosity of wants to know the issue of the vice president going to Ghana, I think we had to also ask the journalists why they didn't ask the question, if you were not sick to go to Ghana, as is been alleged by your senator from your county, then what did you go for? The journalist did not ask the question. When they asked, they would say, we heard that you were sick. That's why you went to Ghana. He said, no, I wasn't sick. I didn't go to Ghana because I was sick. So then the journalist did not ask the rebound question, then why did you go for? So he expect the man to come and answer question that journalist didn't ask. I feel he was right to answer the question the way they asked it. If they are asked the second question, why did he go for? I think he was going to answer why and what he went for. Since they didn't ask it, that's it. Um, the guest on his part made some statement at part, but that did not have facts in it. Um, like I pinpointed in my exposition earlier that the road leading from Kanta to Yekepa didn't start under Wia regime. The ground was they broke the ground during early regime and they started the construction of the road. John Wia came and take over it. As we all agree that government continued it, nobody gave that credit to Ellen or Wia. We only gave the credit to the governor of the Imperial Liberia. Um, the same with the issue of the road linking second part to Loguatu. All the road were in Senegal at the time when the people came, they start doing survey on the road. Some of them were part to even work at Flair, because no job was in the country. In 2016, 2017, when we are not even president. So if every road or every infrastructure in the country, if sedition will come and show when the government is undertaking them and say it is their project, it is their project, sometimes I will just think then where are they getting the statement? Every time they say government continuity, where are they getting that statement from? Are they telling us when Ellen left office, she did not hear about any other project that they came and started and completed? Are they telling us all of the roads, the RRA, the overpass bridge? We did not hear about that in 2015, 2014, 2015, that there should be an overpass. We did not hear that. Are they telling that newspaper did not carry it? I had some of those newspapers that talk about the overpass bridge, processing in Monrovia. I have it in my brother. I'm going to show to you that Daily Observer. When I was said, how the college was said in Daily Observer newspaper was Siwa Kwanu from your hometown Butuo. I got that newspaper. Okay, so I don't know where some of those guys can come from with.
Budo said anything, we are
My man,
industrial.
please with me to my team, man. Please with me to my team. Yeah, man. I don't know where people can come from with some lies, but anyway, every good thing that happened in the country, civilians say we should give them that glory. It was during their regime. But the bad one, they say we shouldn't give it to them. It was not them. I don't think it would be a good thing to do. I did not come here to 100% praise the Unity Party to say they are done extremely well over any other party in the country. No. If that is a case, they are given to true party, even though they led off for so many years, but at least they got some good structure on ground that even after the war, we still using them. So the Unity Party did their best too, and they are back to power. They are not finished the 6 years. They therefore, when they do well, the country will see to it and see either they retain them or they let them go. Because Unity Party, I mean, the people of Liberia saw that CDC did not do well. That's why they kicked them out. Then why will you come here and say they are done, they did well over Unity Party 12 years? It's laughable. The guys need to go to rethink about some of those things that he was saying because he didn't even know what he was saying. Some of the majority of the things he was saying, it was not true. It was something that he was just getting and just saying because he wanted to say it was not true. Most of the development that CDC today, it was something that was planned under the past government to undertake. But because their time elapsed, so another government that came in supposed to continue it. That CDC started to continue on the project. So if they do that, we also tell them, say, yes, they did well, but continuing some, even though they did not complete some, And this governmental team, they have to complete them before they can get to new project. You can't come and see new thing, old thing on the map or on the table. You leave it, you say, let me start a new thing. It will not work in the government, and it are not working in our government. It will not work out. So we want to say thank God that the guests left us. Nobody clashed on the show by making flower and all that stuff. I think it was good. Thank you.
Thank you. Shadrach, let's hear you.
My man, I take whole 4 minutes. I need to 2.5 minutes. I was checking you.
Yeah,
You
thank you.
you
Thank
spoke
you.
from 34, you went to 41.
Minutes
It
for
took
that.
over 6 minutes.
For 1 year. You stay important. Is it for the one, my boy?
Let's hear you, Shadrach.
My time start now. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sailor, how you doing?
I'm okay, Shedra.
No, thank you, and thanks to our listener out there. So, like I said, from my first comment, sometimes the nomenclature of somebody or anything, or your title, your background, it has impact in your life. So when you deviating from it, some of them skeptical of responding to or asking you question. When the brother came, he introduced him as a pastor, and he said introducing himself as a pastor. No, I had a regard in my mind to listen to him. But when he started with spelling lies and I got disappointed. And the disappointing way he started by even condemning the Christianity community that they are not speaking truth to power. That's what Liberia is. Then contradictorily, he even went beyond condemning himself by lying only because of political gain. So sometimes I ask myself, is it the only way of survivability in our country is politics? I don't think so. That everybody will put themselves into that kind of no atmosphere or that mood that if I'm a politician to speak on behalf of a certain political party or individual, then of course I can become somebody better or I can rise to a certain level I want to reach. The very first time, even with how to call it a scattered history that you have no control over with the political establishment of unity party and confusion that we lack, that you don't have control over. When we came and have it corrected, we say, okay, that one I may say. So before you come on public media, there's a first thing you do your research on topic that you want to speak about to get control and provide accurate information to the public. There are people listening to you, there are children who want to learn from you. What is true that you speak for political party, it provides information for the public. I don't have anything right about anything against it, speaking for no right, constitutional right, but it shouldn't be that so one-sided with lies and say X, Y, Z. I'm not here to defend Unity Party. I'm not a Unity Party. I know Unity Party do the feel sometimes, years back. But they did a lot of good things also. The first of all, to even come from war, 12-year process fighting. They get a failed state, nothing in place, no system. Everybody got their own right. Children born yesterday, they get their own right. Self-grown children, that nobody respecting anybody. To build a system where everybody got rules and regulations to go by it. It's a tedious task that the Unity Party government did. Then he talking about comparing no political party achievement as per when they were established. That is naive to me. Somebody can even 10 years ago, then I had an opportunity to do X, Y, Z. You can't say because they were established 1984. 1984, they did the power. Even if they took power at that time, and you fought the war from 1990 to 2003, it destroyed all the things to come back and face it. It's in 1 year, or 2 years, 3 years. What would not be the logic and objective in certain things? But political ambition will be blindly speaking to the public. I was disappointed, especially as per title. Defend your party, say your candidate, but say the truth to the public. Aspect your character and what you stand for as a Christian, not just a Christian, but a pastor, a preaching pastor. So, party have done something very good in the country. Since they have done something very good in the country, they all have also failed in other areas. So I'm not defending any of them. I'm not speaking against any of them. As a government, it's a continuity. Most of the projects that CDC completed 2017 upward, it was a party initiative project. I was in government, I know about some. The same way party continue about their project today. That's why a few weeks back I said it's better about country do a national plan by legislation. Because when John Brown will not develop that particular plan, they will continue the plan to develop the country. Continue your project that you initiated. It's not a bad idea, it's a good idea, it's a good governance there. Because it's a country which you started the project with. So when John Brown comes, like continue with it. It shouldn't be their how to call it that playing card that because they started X, Y, Z, you're not doing well. That is not be patriotic or be objective or being a political because you get I just said because you get words in your mouth, you get you are memorized some vocabulary, you can just speak on air to just speak live to other people. We will not say no allow it. When you say the truth, we agree with you. When you say the lot, we debunk it right here. So no matter how party feelings, let them get their feelings with the truth. If I get wrong, correct me. I will accept the truth and sit down and listen. So that product I'll go back and research and do better, and also learning where to align a political ideology with his character as a pastor. That's what I can say to that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach, the Go Down Play Ambassador. Now, let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, Gian. Thanks for the moderation, and thanks to our guests. I mean, it was a good show. No one has monopoly over idea. That's why.
Sorry. Tomorrow, our guest will be Wanto Tier, Wanto from the CDC. He will be our guest tomorrow on the show. Go ahead, Siawi.
Thank you. So, I mean, what I do know about the guys from the CDC, most time when they appear on the platform, they try to present the CDC as a saint. So for me, it's a long thing we've been on. So I don't really pay attention to this kind of argument. But I actually wanted you to come back on the show. I don't know why you are going. I wanted to make disclaimer.
I representing you. Go ahead. And then Latvia will take it.
Yeah, John, sometimes you need to understand the current day realities of what is happening in our country. I'm sorry that you are not in Liberia, or probably you are not following, or you are not, maybe, I don't know when last you voted. Maybe it was this going 2017 and 2023, if you had that opportunity to do. But the body politics in Liberia, that's why I keep saying the issue of deceit and people being dishonest. No one is against anyone. My argument on Facebook is my page. I take responsibility of what I write. I'm not a kid. But for you to come on this platform and tell me that I disrespected the senator is accountable to me as a lawmaker for position he's made.
No, Sewity, I'm not cutting you off. I beg you. I didn't say you disrespected the senator. No, I beg you. Don't
you said you posted,
No. I gave a reference. I said, if we can go to tell leaders not to do this to each other, and we the followers, we are also intensifying the fire, that means we're not doing fine for Liberia. That was what I said. I didn't say you disrespect. So maybe if you disrespect the senator, if you disrespect the senator, you disrespect the president, you disrespect anybody.
No,
you hold yourself accountable for that, not me. So I can't come here to say you disrespect anybody. No,
the statement you made, that's why I'm coming. Maybe you can replay, you get to know what you said. So for me, I don't take it as on the front, but I just do your passing. The first thing is NIMBA as a country, like we keep saying, is not only because the vice president is there. No, what we are pushing and preaching is the vice president is the current arrowhead of NIMBA. There's nothing anyone can say about that, because currently he represents not just like why it is true he's the vice president of Liberia, but he's being referenced to wear NIMBA. So if we go into our closets in Nima a few weeks ago, going to the election, there were a lot of projection about Senator Koga. I mean, he has his right. He understands politics very well. He knows what's good for him. I mean, he learned to where he is today based on his political calculation. Some of us respect him for that. We supported him. We campaigned for him. We did everything. But when people project you or assume what you will do in the next few days, and then you are proving yourself, then it becomes the issue, trust problem right there. And the issue of, your political life now, it will also be questioned. For some of us, that's my argument. Senator Koga openly said to the Nima people, when there's anything, he will come back to the people of Nima, the elders, and nothing will be discussed on the radio. Mind you, there are a lot of conversations going on. So I, as a citizen, Senator Nyan Tuayen is making a very serious debate, and he's outlining what Mita need to do. I thought by this time, our senator, and who should now be taking the bull by the horn to join Senator Tuayen. Now he's telling us that he went to Mita alone and engage. I mean, I listened to the senator on the radio on our sister program. I got disappointed when Senator Tuayen is making a point, and the brother is telling us he went and they can demonstrate to the Mita side to go and what is he really going to do to Mita? What policy effect is he going to do at that point? So that's where I came in on my Facebook page. I said the unnecessary, Ho and Poo. I think by this time we should find a roadmap where our leaders will join Senator Tuayen. What Senator Tuayen is discussing in Nima is not about propaganda. It's about how Mita can affect our people. The issue about Mita is not about money, no. But the corporate and social responsibility of Mita that will affect you, Gion, that will affect me, Chris City, and everybody on the show. That was my argument. But Senator Koga argument now, his whole thinking now is to align with the CDC. And when you listen to him, I mean, there are some things he said you get a miss. Right? So for me, there's no ballet against the senator. But my point is, right now, let's forget about the politics for now and address the current day reality that is affecting our people. Senator Koga, his elevation to the Senate should be a blessing to us. That's my argument.
Disappoint our sister.
Yeah, thank you, Sawate.
And to conclude, just give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, please. To conclude, our guest, for me, he was our best because he's a opposition. He came to represent the CDC. So obviously, for me as a politician, I don't hold him by that to question what he said to the public. I think we also need to provide the open space for anyone who comes here and make a position. We can provide the necessary information. Because I don't expect the young man, even me, if I'm speaking about CDC, no one expect me. I will be very rational and provide the information. My only disappointment with him was when you outline those things, provide a platform where you will provide the information that people can go and check. But all of what he said, the Unity Party and the CDC, you cannot compare. You can compare them, but there are high level of disparity between those people in terms of governance and in terms of application of what it takes to run a country. So it was a good show. Thanks to Chris for bringing a guest. But I think the next time the pastor too will need to do some research, when he comes, so that he can provide some information. But as a matter of fact, we also want to appreciate God that our leader is back. What we pray for, I'm a Christian. I don't pray for leaders downfall because they are anointed by God. As a member of the Indian Church, I always respect leaders.
Senator, I love you. Senator, you are best friend on the show.
Senator,
you are best friend on the show.
My man.
Yeah,
Don't
so man,
don't break the man apart now. You get on the
yes.
live and
So
you
let
can't
me
talk.
conclude. I know you enjoy. I want me to talk to them.
No, 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 no. I want you to talk, but I want you to set something straight for me before you
Okay, yeah,
conclude
no
finally.
problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
I'm bringing a post here because some of
Mm-hmm.
us and many people out there look up to you as a big
Sure.
brother. Now, was your post unique to Senator Koga or the entire caucus?
Well, I don't know whether you read a post. John, maybe you are not following me for the past few years. I'm the vice
No,
chair of the, no, just wait, man. When you ask me
no.
question,
I don't want
no,
you
but
both part of we gotta go to the other panelists. Was it
I
unique
mean,
to
the
the
other panelists will still got time. I think you asking me, we're not rushing to go anywhere.
Mhm.
My point to you about Senator Koga's message is very clear. I'm telling you, for me, just tell you one thing. We are working with Senator Koga and other lawmakers for a while now, right? I'm the vice chair because our organization is not defunct yet. Of the One Nima movement, Chris City knows when we raised the debate back then in 2019 and 2020, Senator Koga stood by us. He was one of the lawmakers, right? About the issue of the meter when the remittance were not going to the Nima, when they were not doing a deposit to Nima account, we took on that debate. Bokato, Siawede Tua, Printers Doma, and the rest of the guys started to come on board. The One Nima movement from 2019 to 2020 was the face, one of the pressure group in Nima. What I'm trying to say now is we have had this advocacy for which you stood by us. We voted you as a senator just in less than 6 months. All of the promises you made, we are not even going 6 months. We're not going 6 months. People predated you, and then you want to. For me, I don't have any issue with Senator Koga making a political decision. But what has to do with the people of Nima interest? That's my concern. We cannot have a huge debate about amendment of the MDA. Then somebody coming on and just making. I mean, how you go to president? We are how you call Ray A. Nobody against
Thank
you
you.
going to President We are house.
Thank you,
I mean, let's
Siawede.
speak to the real
Yeah, thank you.
process. Thank you.
I asked you the question because I wanted to make something clear.
Why
You
is
see,
that?
you and other few folks in Nima, some of us, we are not politicians. But whenever a liaise around the vice president, you guys are very robust about it, which is good. Senator Representative Toron Glukia, recently he spoke, and you listen. If you listen to that recording, you listen to his tone on the radio. For me, I think this fight is not only about Senator Twayen, it's not only about Senator Koga, it should be the entire caucus. The chair of the caucus is sitting there. We're not hearing him. We're not
Even
seeing
the
him going
doorman
past.
when lights or
We're not
accident
seeing
minister,
him
the
moving
doorman.
around. We're not
Yeah.
seeing it. Senator Twain alone with that survive. So I stand with you, but I think it shouldn't be unique to the two senators, but the entire caucus. They say united we stand, divided we fall. If the two
So,
senators stay
so
this
June, you
place
need
and
to
the
agree with
representatives
me
stay
that the
this place,
position of Senator Koga, that's why there are two senators. John ranks with Senator Twayen now to push the debate and make, John go to the rest of the senators, make the argument. Because what affects Nima affects other county. That's my
and
argument.
I'm agreeing with you, but I don't want us to limit it to the two senators. Let it go across, especially
No, they are
because
the
right now
leaders of the county. They are the
the head
No,
of
no,
two,
no,
they
no,
are the
no,
two
no,
leaders
no.
of the county.
wait, let me finish now.
Right now,
Let me finish.
the co-tier, the co-tier are the head now for that, the
Praise are coming. The head of the
The
caucus.
brother focus now is how he can be vice president of We Are.
No.
Is that the argument?
See how they are coming.
I'm
My,
telling
my,
you.
my point here is for us to not limit this discussion to the two senators. It should go across to the entire
Yes.
caucus. If this,
Sure.
if Senator Twayen is advocating on the media, I advise that Senator Koga go behind the scene, talk with the other lawmakers who have different view on this thing, make them to understand that this is what we need as Liberians, and you can take that other side. But if the two of them will go stay on media to be chanting, all of these things, for me, I think it will not bring the result. But the major people in this thing will be the representatives. Even if that thing passed in the Senate and it comes to the representative, if they doesn't agree on it, it will not pass. It will not. So if the Senate concord, the representative need to concord. But we're not seeing our 9 representatives moving around. We're not
Can I
seeing
call you
them.
John?
Okay, Alfonso.
Can I call you on that?
If I had a way, no, if I had a way, we'll go.
No, we not we come to
Can
our
you
mind
come
here.
for 5 seconds? I beg you, Chris.
So yeah, you just ask whether it's a caucus issue or a start of one person or maybe the senator. No, I feel that few of the lawmakers are also in line with Senator Twayan because they spoke on it recently and they've been making some posts on it. They spoke on it. They have spoken on it on several occasions. So if I not heard anybody on the issue, could be maybe Taiwan way. Personally, I not seen a post or heard from him. When let me the one that listening now, the one that I listening to, one the Musa Belete, he also concur with the senator. How they call it? This one District 4 lawmaker also concur, District 3 lawmaker concur. Even Yan Flomo are also spoken on this issue too. Yan Flomo is also in line with that. He's a secretary. So in the district, the chair is District 8 lawmaker, right? I not also hear from him though. So there are two representatives that are not here from, but the rest of the other guys have been hearing from them. So
when you have a John Vigia, I probably use on all the posts.
Don Gliga then how they call it, they had this hearing about concession and all that stuff in on the committee.
Is that what we're talking about? Alfonso, is that what we're talking about? Alfonso, is that what we're talking about? Committee level, other problem happening.
You have personal problem with your lawmaker.
I don't have personal issue. I don't have personal issue. The issue is this is Nimaka made a co-chair on the committee on the Nimaka call. It should have press conference in Nimaka to address the issue. Is that what we're talking?
But the man who is taking the fight said the caucus is in full support. So then what you want to say?
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. The caucus should have press conference to address the issue. The caucus should have press conference in Nimaka.
For me.
The caucus is not a press conference caucus, brother. They are not student movement.
Alfonso.
Yeah.
You see, my only fear with this thing is what happened in 2007 for it to not repeat itself. This guy from the former representative of District 1 and 2, he was living Sanikole before Elvis Zone 2. He's from Yapie. Forgetting his name. Francais Miawe, the rest of the guys, they benefited from Meta at that time with pickups and money. At that time, few senators were on the radio saying what they're supposed to say. But they were not in all of them, nobody coming in Nima. The seat of the county is Sanikole. You're not seeing the caucus there to say, okay, we are here today, we're holding a citizen dialogue conference. We're not living today a federal community. You are the people living there. You all can't tell us what you are affecting. Then we will carry out. But one person will go sit and talk on radio, and another man will go sit and talk on radio. Then the other man will say, no, me, I'm not talking on radio. I will go to the man behind the scene. That had that bribery came about before. Then the other man say, yeah, I concur with him. You concur. What is your idea on this thing that you concurring on? Tell us your idea. That's my only point I'm making. Or you second the motion lawmaker, that what we elect you for? You concur on the thing. What is your idea? What different perspective are you bringing to the argument on the floor? That's my only point. But you can't concur with Sonny. These are the same problem that I have with Prince Topa. He used to concur with everything, whether it's good or bad. He concur with them.
Okay. So Chao say that Francis El Kawe or their representative. Thank you, Charles.
So you see, this thing it beyond one person talking, it beyond two person talking. Like we all saying, if the caucus are not united to go out there to lobby with their fellow colleagues, the thing will kind of pass slowly, like it happened before. It will pass slowly. We will cry again. Nothing will happen. Anyways, let's hear you, Mana Lorena. I know today you are, I don't know, I should say flabbergasted or excited. I don't know, but I think my late bottle of style should come after the show.
How man, you must test your number in that in the one account and call you from another style.
Yeah, it's really beautiful tonight.
My
Hey,
man, stop that thing, please. Stop that thing.
Man,
That why the woman you put your cigarette out for. Stop that thing.
I mean,
want to say thanks to our listeners in Radio Land. Thanks for following the show, and to our followers on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for being here. To the Christian community following the show, do not get discouraged tonight of the guests who appear and to have been a pastor according to the name, and then he was saying things that were in line with the principle of Christianity. We want to say, do not get discouraged. Christ says Christ is going to come and take his church home. I want to say thank you, Junior, for the show. Thanks to all of you who started the program. I was somewhere very, very important as this show is. And our leader, Nima Kwayago, is in town, and we have to go to see him. And like I said, with all the rumors that were going around on social media, people calling on radio and saying this, the man looks fresher. You know, I'm the only person that got authority to say to describe him that way because his wife is on the son of the son of woman. So I can describe him that way. He looks fresher.
Like your husband.
That was husband. So, I mean, we just want to tell God, thank you, give him the glory that he deserves for bringing our vice president stronger, healthier.
One more go tonight.
And the Christian community again say when a pastor appear who doesn't recognize when people killed other people, but still he says he's a pastor, do not get discouraged. Still believe in God, still trust in God, keep serving God, because the Bible says by the fruit you shall know them. So some people have the title, but they don't have the fruit of the Spirit in them, because the Bible says you cannot profess to have the Holy Ghost when your life does not demonstrate the fruit of the Spirit. That's a lie. So the pastor has a title, but the thing he said tonight does not resemble a pastor. So if you're a child of God, you listen to the show tonight, don't get discouraged. With me on your faith, he's not a real pastor. I say so. And my reliance is the scripture that says the fruit of the Spirit must be demonstrated in your life. You cannot compromise the truth. So the vice president said tonight that we are not running campaign. We are governing a nation. We cannot do the two things together. We cannot run campaign and govern together. Campaign ended since November when they were re-elected. And now we are focused.
You see, we can't want to discuss the vice president on the show, but Madam Lorena and them will go have their private conversation. She can't.
No, you were on your
she will say the vice president say no campaign, but they're on Facebook. I have on Facebook. They say no, and not campaign time.
So we are not here to distribute t-shirts to people, to bring people from one country to another country to say we are in solidarity march, but then that march to be a political rally or campaign. We are here to see how we can.
Don't dignify the team, man.
Yeah, we are here to make sure that those things that will say for profit the time, yeah, for profit we can. Yeah, challenge that true, yeah. For profit,
and not true. Yeah, for profit, I will count it.
I don't, even if not 100%, but more than 75%, because in a good teacher where students go 70, you pass them. That's what we are focused on. And the issue of and our Senator Koga, anybody who will say the truth will say for the senator to say he cooperated, advocating, and he got in a car alone and went to Meta Steel is concerning. Anybody who is a truth sayer, you will say that. Because going to meet Meta Steel alone, going to meet the executive alone, that's a ground of a lot of things. He did not even go with one or two other lawmaker. So
Even journalists.
journalists, we didn't even know about until that night on the show. So just imagine what it means. So I felt kind of shocked.
But it may advance that Armstrong go sleep now.
Yeah. I felt shocked and embarrassed. So I want to give it up to Senator Twayen, Senator Representative Yan Flomo. He had made a lot of posts about this thing. They're not just concurring, but when they also will go in details about other points. So
all right. That one not John say goodbye or like nowhere. You can take it from there. Chris, they put your note together. Oh, they to Chris put your note together for all. They open up coming. Go ahead, Chris.
They have been making negotiations with other lawmakers from other side. You know, they are just 11, so they can't. It's about number in the house. They said they have been making negotiation. We hope they already seal it up when they come, when they return October, so that we can be able to have the better side of the agreement. And for whoever, Nima is Nima. We are brothers and sisters. God have a reason for which He put each group of people to a particular location. And so politics will not divide us. People can choose what side they want to go on. But I know the Nima, I know when time comes, Nima will decide.
Thank you.
Nima
Thank you.
have one arrowhead at a time. Nima, I have never had two arrowheads at the same time. When it was time for Jackie Fiado, he was the arrowhead. When it was Johnny Fuga. So now at this time, our arrowhead is Honorable Jeremiah Kwan. And that's it. Senator Koga is our senator, but he's not our arrowhead. It should be clear.
Why?
What arrowhead in the 90s? Who the arrowhead in the 90s? What arrowhead in the 90s?
My man, Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson.
Yeah, we need something.
When the campaign, Senator Johnson showed the vice president, the then Senator, vice president announced to the people of Lima that he will not leave the country empty in order to leave the country in the hands of somebody who was Jeremiah.
They never decide on it. He proposed.
Your father said, "He proposed what he said. You decide."
I want to ask.
Is Vice President Jeremiah Kwan.
The message from the southeast that will be calling out there. He's our whatever for Nima.
You follow your history from Nima.
I'm from Nima. I'm from Nima.
When you get village in Nima, where is Siri family from?
That's the way they say. Listen. They say Siri.
Then they say Siri. You can say Siri. You can say Siri.
That's the way the people spell it. That's the way people spell it. I said, what
you come on, man.
Chris, I have to mute you because we come to you and you will not let other people to interrupt you.
You know, in Nima, our tradition, our nephew, which our nephew and niece don't say baby. We know, you know that they are more love, value, and respected more than daughters and sons. You know that.
I mean, Jesus was our nephew on earth. Are you not aware?
It's not a secret. It's not a news. It's not a secret to say if on the southeast. The southeast and born in Nima County, but on Nima County woman.
But what the argument saw in?
What about southeast?
But what the development is getting soft, you know now.
Madam Lorena, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Who in this government? I want us to take the discussion from the vice president. I'm begging you guys. Who the minister in this government that is appointed, that is not a politician, that has never supported a political party, or that has never supported a politician, a neutral minister or director or somebody? I want to know them because as an industrialized person, I want to liaise with these people. These are people that our ideology aligned together. So,
let me name one.
Yeah, just give me one person name. So
Dr. Jasro Jala, Minister of Education.
Thank you. Chris, let's hear you.
Thank you. To where I final stop there. That woman attended that woman attended Minnesota. I was in the pretty chat room. When you look at the Kim here with a Ryan, she came to Minnesota. So they say, don't say, Jamie Panapoda party, not you. Say on the show,
It's
you
not
know that
part
boy.
of.
She
So,
never, you're
so
part from the start. So there's a member argument. We'll go there one day.
yeah, they see
She's a
an
member of the party.
allegation. An
She is
allegation
a
show a
member of
membership.
Unit Party.
Show a
She's a
membership.
member
Let's
of
see
Unit
it.
Party. We will
You
get
see,
there.
an
Not discuss.
allegation.
I will post in the chat room. We'll get to it.
An
That is it.
allegation. When CDC launching,
I will
I
post it
go
in the
there. Me
chat
a part of
room. Let's
CDC,
see.
right?
I will post in the chat
let's
room.
give Chris the opportunity
Yeah.
to because he's
Yeah,
speaking.
let it come ahead.
Lorena spoke for 12 minutes.
Shut up, please, and mute yourself. Get your
Lorena spoke for 12 minutes. I finally spoke for 7 minutes.
Background is bad.
Shut up, please, mute. Your background is really,
Sergio, can you please mute yourself, man? You professional man. Just stop doing that thing, man. Thank you. Thank you. There's a comment that was made. Said Lorena read a comment on here that had to do with fake prophet. A fake prophet wanted to do with the party chairperson for the party. You ought to be on a fake prophet because the reverend he voiced in the politics and he spread last around. So you want a fake prophet that we can refer to the party chairperson. So I understand Lorena point she made out. Many deal we should understand Christian community. We also understand that the party chairperson is the reverend, but he have diverted from the gospel. He have involved in the sale last and looting in the criminal act around the party. It's another discussion another day. But also to where a father spoke from. On the Greek, I don't have record in Nima that have been fighting for you or for Arsenal Mental. He responding to, let me tell you, I said it, so some of you guys said, it should, you know, the Coco in Nima is not a press conference Coco. This is what affecting the country. So, we're behind here, it is not having press conference in Nima, the Nima people know that they're together. We said the Coco not for press conference, but the co-chair on to the Coco in Nima took the airway on Facebook and order to the debone, all the same things. This is the Coco in Nima, not for press conference, but the co-chairs on Facebook and on radio, but you cannot have press conference at Coco to address the Arsenal mental issue. Then we should not talk about it. Is that the Coco we have? Is that the Coco doing the deals or Singapore Johnson? Is that the Coco doing the deal or Tomo Gupi? That was very focused. Is that Coco we have? But there's another discussion, another day that we'll talk about. I would like to go to a few points. I hope Elijah will be in the show so I can ask him this question. He talked about people die on CDC government. He mentioned other people. But when Harry Greaves and other people die on the Uniparty government, did he refer to as Uniparty killing those people? Or today, it happened in the CDC. In on the CDC government, he referred to CDC that CDC kill people. So that Harry Greaves and other people yesterday were Uniparty people kill people. Is this the argument? Because someone down on the government who refer to the government today, who don't have fact to it. You say all that who know the auditor that died was the Uniparty or was killing people. Or who know the city killing people who don't have fact to it. So get down the platform and share the blame on one side. So Harry Greaves there yesterday, you say, oh, Harry Greaves there yesterday was Uniparty, who killed Harry Greaves? That should be the argument. The other developer killed one vessel where they will say beginning with his own and Uniparty people kill the poor to the money. That should be the argument. No, because we don't have fact to it. So I don't want for the base or put up and down on the government, we should blame the government. No, I don't act you in that way. So that's an argument. That means Harry Greaves there, other people there, Uniparty people kill people, right? No. And the next point I want to make here is people trying to compare Uniparty and CDC. Uniparty 12 years, yeah, CDC 6 years. It's a different argument, right? Uniparty 12 years. If you want to compare Uniparty 6 years with CDC 6 years, that should be the argument. But you cannot compare the road the groundbreaking was done in Uniparty 7 years. You want to compare with CDC 5 years? This is the argument. It's lazy. Because you want to compare the first 6 years, right? With CDC 5 years. That should be the argument. But what happened in the second regime or 7 year? Around maybe 10 years of government, 11 years of the government. You want to compare the government that went 5 years, in 5 years, 10 or 6 years? You want to do the comparison? This is the argument. So if you want to compare the first 6 years of the party, compare it with CDC first year, then we're getting there. But you compare the entire 12 years with CDC 6 years, I don't think you do justice to the Liberian people, or you do justice to whosoever that lives on the platform. In the next year, I want to talk on it. Yesterday, they said John Weir was sick. They took the children clinic. That was the people of Ghana. They used it around here. The boys that got messy. So then we have told the children clinic to use it on the clinic. But today, they don't want to talk about the VPU. So say, oh, there is no line when Kuka talk about really saying that, yeah, began crying. But just when we are saying that issue yesterday, they don't see people in government to the opposition. They flew around with John Weir. That John Weir told the children clinic to be used on him. It wasn't one thing yesterday. But today, when Kuka talk, I come in. I said, those people I would need unified people. More I didn't post on the page. I would look for a post in the chat room. It wasn't a crime yesterday. Right? It wasn't a crime. But today when Kuka talk the BBC it made them mad on Facebook. But what happened yesterday when I said for we are torturing it? It wasn't a crime yesterday. And the next year I will talk about the June. So I want to dive to. Today the vice president bought house in Ghana. The vice president get house in Ghana where all the children living. Your family living in Ghana. But the country is sending a vice president. That means the poor children that grew up, the children life is better. You know that look at it, right? The children life is better than the people living in that grew up, right? The country, you think your country is saving is safe. You think this country is saving a vibrant and safe. Why you think the children out of the country? Why you think the people out of the country? And don't want to talk about it. But other people children there living there. And you think that the environment safe, they provide all the security stuff. Why the children could be in the country? Yesterday, other people did it. We are children after the couldn't cry yesterday. We are child playing football yesterday. Cry. They ran around with it. Today, the vice president children out of the country in Ghana going to school. The vice president bought house in Ghana. It's not a crime to don't talk about it. But yesterday, other people yesterday, that's a deception. The deception is like one politics that somehow we don't let. It's where somehow we can take a little bastard will still look at the issue. And then we give the VP, they always give you the party. But what they preached yesterday was wrong yesterday, and what they're doing today, right? It's what they're doing today. It's not different to me. Yesterday, they were buying president. We have bail for one more in Nigeria in Ghana. They ran on Facebook. But the VP bought house in Ghana today. He family living in Ghana. He took a job on Liberia. So that means the country not saying for other people to live there, but he's serving a vice president for that country. He's taking your children that were there when you were senator, they were there, capital, they were there. But when you want to let you turn over the Ghana, like Ghana say, what is bro? But other people children they're living a race. They say we should talk about it. Wait. Before I gave the poor chance, the other era, yesterday they said the entire appointees in the government from the southeast. That was the argument yesterday. My friends, Shawit and the rest of the people was the argument we all had before. That most of the appointed position from the southeast. Today, the fear in the government more than Nima people. But the argument now is because the president for Lofa. They are diverted argument because the president for Lofa. But yesterday, they don't need a president for the southeast. Yesterday, we say president, they don't need a president for the southeast yesterday when you put about people. But today, Bwaka appointed most of the people in government in Lofa. Now the argument is because the president for Lofa. You see that deception in the politics on the bureau? In our politicians? And the next thing, let me tell you, before I drop, and don't forget about this. Let me say this. And now, because you never won season, that means that season not perform. Is that true? If that issue, the debate, why they were defeated 2017, that means they don't perform. If that's the argument on the show, you say, oh, season they don't perform, that's why they were defeated. 2017, they not defeated, you never defeated because they don't perform. Is that argument? You never won because of Nima solidarity, because Nima feel that it was a time to produce vice president. It was a time to be on the table. It was an issue that you never won. When I mean that you were better, you were better to come by the government, more than CDC, and then the city was defeated, I mean, they don't perform. It's not true. If you feel that CDC not perform, they were defeated, that means you never not perform. For the 2 years, they were defeated 2017, that should be the argument. So 2017, they don't perform. They were defeated, right? So no need now to bring the argument now that they perform. If you say CDC not perform, they were defeated 2023. You never not defeated 2017, that means there's no argument of bring on board because they're not perform, defeated and fall. That should be the argument. No, I feel that because you never won because Nima want to be on the table, Nima want to produce a vibe. They say that one they're going to get out, they want to get out to support the party. But Bwaka wasn't better. The VP said the team okay, and the Bwaka blew a decline. Is that a big news?
Thank you, Grace.
Right?
Thank you.
So let me lay on this. Let me lay on the Geo. And we see in the house, the cat should not eat a fish. That fish should not smell. The unit party will have the pellet grill to come here to say that people die in city government. They should have the pellet grill to say have a grief die. You never care have a grief. They should have the pellet grill to say. Let them come up to say, oh, all them die in the government. Let them tell all that have a grief death. It was killed by unit party people. Then we'll tell the challenge. My dear brother, and like you so now, you can tell the reality. Who they put the show? They can talk to that. That said that in our very close. And also in our very close. But it was a good show tonight, gentlemen. And let's keep on the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Shadrach can tell the truth because the time Shadrach from, you don't lie. If you lie in that place,
I got time for that, man.
But again, there are so many now that I can
Then
go.
we're not talking to that go body and go take over now. Let's see the both
The men
of
that start eating the thing in ghost storm, I didn't tell you. They say the men you're going and eat the thing, ghost
my
storm,
brother,
and
eat anything stomach say you stay there.
But anyways, it was a good show tonight. Tomorrow our guest will be Tier 12 from the CDC. He will be our guest here tomorrow on the show.
And we are seeing this show now.
Oh.
I mean the lucky that job we are all a
All to we don't guess now.
Last before we will brought all the Unity Partisan, the show of fun. Last before week, when we brought all the Unity Party men in the show.
So simple guy Unity Party men.
When we take over like we were going to be one of the ministers because you are told the truth.